Presenting Orson Welles as the Third Man. The Lives of Harry Lime. The fabulous stories of the immortal character, originally created in the motion picture The Third Man, with zither music by Anton Karas.
That was the shot that killed Harry Lime. He died in a sewer beneath Vienna. As those of you know who saw the movie The Third Man. Yes, that was the end of Harry Lime. But it was not the beginning. No. He had many lives. And I can tell you about all of them. How? Because my name is Harry Lime. Did I ever tell you about the time when I outwitted 3 very suspicious Wall Street investors at a net profit to yours truly of 55,000 American dollars? No? Well, I will sometime. Anyway, because of that little caper, I decided that an ocean trip would be good for my nerves and for the nerves of some half-dozen New York detectives. And that's how I happened to go on a holiday. A rogue's holiday, if you will.
And now, Orson Welles as Harry Lime, the third man in Rogue's Holiday.
Very pleasant. Day or so out of New York aboard the Queen Anne, bound for Southampton. I was on the passenger list as J. Harrington Lime. I ate, of course, at the captain's table. Remembering how I'd put the investments of those 3 Wall Street brokers in my own personal piggy bank, whenever I was asked...
And what business are you in, Mr. Lime?
I would smile to myself and answer, I'm an investment broker, Lady Barbara. It is the Lady Barbara Folliot, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
I thought we'd met. Aren't you also sitting at the captain's table?
Yes, that's right.
And I seem to remember that there's an empty chair at the table next to yours. You're not traveling alone.
It's of no importance. You are on a holiday, Mr. Lime?
A holiday? After a manner of speaking, yes.
I don't understand.
I'm so interested in my work, Lady Barbara, that I'm seldom able to keep from mixing pleasure and business.
Oh, you seem so young to be engaged in so complex a business. Investment banker. I always thought all bankers were portly men in their 50s.
Well, every banker must be able to inspire confidence in his clients, Lady Barbara. The incompetent banker relies on his appearance and his maturity.
And you?
I rely on my record of success, ma'am. No hurry. No hurry at all, not while I was on my holiday. Pleasant boat, Queen Anne, scheduled to take 6 days to Southampton she was. I had plenty of time. But the question of Lady Barbara Folliot's bank account and the question of the empty chair next to it, the captain's table, preyed a bit on my mind, so I looked at the passenger list. There she was, all right. Lady Barbara Folliot, stateroom A deck, stateroom for 2 right now. All it said was, and companion. And companion, what did that mean? Not a husband, surely. Looked up the steward for her stateroom.
Yes, sir.
Steward, you're in charge of the staterooms along this corridor, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, now, number 6. I believe that's Lady Barbara Folliot's stateroom, isn't it?
I believe
Yes,
so.
now, I was wondering, just idle curiosity, you know, on the passenger list, she's down as traveling with a companion. But it doesn't say who the companion might be.
It don't, sir?
Steward.
Yes, sir.
Here, take this for your trouble.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
then, would you tell me who her companion is?
No, sir. Not me, sir. Will that be all?
Yeah, just a minute now.
Yes,
After
sir.
all, old man, I slip you a $10 bill just for a bit of information.
The lady in question, sir, slipped me a double sawbuck not to give out that information, sir.
A double sawbuck?
$20, sir.
Ah, yes. Well, then I'll just take this for your trouble.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
then, about Lady Barbara's companion.
You were planning a little hanky-panky, no doubt, sir.
Hanky panky.
Worried, were you, sir, lest the companion might be the husband of the lady in question?
Yes, something like that, yes.
Looking for a little shipboard romance, no doubt, sir?
That's it. Now, who's the companion?
You've got clear sailing, sir. The companion's not her husband. Matter of fact, sir.
Yes?
Take my advice and wait till the companion's got her sea legs, sir. A lot cuter, the companion, than Lady Barbara, sir.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Stuart.
Not at all, sir.
So, in the next day or so, I found opportunities for squiring Lady Barbara around the boat, cocktails in the evening, a drink or two after dinner, even a game or two of deck tennis in the afternoon. Something she'd said made me prick up my ears and redouble my attentions to her as a prospective, shall I say, client. We were having brandy in the lounge after dinner.
The other day, Mr. Lyme.
Yes?
You were saying that what you relied on to inspire your clients with confidence
Was my continuing success, yes, that's right.
I must say, you inspire me with confidence.
Well, that's half the battle for an investment banker like me. Have you some problem with your own investments?
To be frank, yes, I have, Mr. Lyme. We must talk of it further tomorrow.
Why not now?
Thank you, I should like to, but the truth is, I must spend...
Your companion. The reason for the empty chair next to you at the table.
Yes,
She hasn't her sea legs yet,
How did you know it was she, not he? Well, it's no matter. You'll probably be meeting her tomorrow. If she takes a liking to you, Mr. Lyme, as I have, then perhaps we can do some business. That is, if you want to.
Any way I can be of service, Lady Barbara. Next morning, I ran into their steward, and he told me that both ladies were out promenading. With some caution, I went looking for them. True, I was on holiday, but still, if I could turn my hand to a piece of business. Besides, I was curious about this mysterious companion whose name was not even carried on the passenger list. Turning a corner on the promenade deck, I nearly bumped into them. Quickly, I ducked back behind a bulkhead as they passed.
Que pourrais-je faire? C'était drôle, hein? Tu es rigolo, ma princesse.
Ma princesse. So, her companion was a princess. For the rest, I'd seen that she wore a veil close over her hair and face, but no veil could conceal that beauty, and I'd seen something else that interested me, too. A string of pearls, matched pearls. I maneuvered into position for the next round on the promenade. Lady Barbara.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Lyme. Anne, this is the nice man I've told you about who's been so kind to me. Mr. Lyme, this is Miss Jones.
How do you do, Mr. Lyme? I am pleased to meet you.
Miss Jones? Such an ordinary name for such an extraordinary young lady.
He makes nice speeches, Barbara, just as you said he did.
Perhaps you'll permit me to join you?
Oh, I'm so sorry. We were just going in, Mr. Lyme, weren't we, Barbara?
Well, then at least, Miss Jones, maybe you will join me and Lady Barbara this evening before dinner.
Mr. Lyme insists on the practice of buying me a cocktail before dinner, Anne.
Why, I should like that. Only, as to cocktails, the ship's doctor told me that perhaps until I am stronger, I should drink champagne.
Perfect. I'll make sure there's a bottle nice for you, Miss Jones. Jones, eh? I was sure that while that name Jones was a phony, the pearls weren't. This was promising to become one of the more profitable holidays I'd spent. That evening, I was in the lounge early, a bucket of iced champagne by my side.
Mr. Lyme, as you promised, my wine.
It's vintage, Miss Jones. I think it should be adequate. No, Lady Barbara?
Oh, she was a little indisposed. She sends her regards.
Please sit down. Stuart, I confess, Miss Jones, I'm not too sorry Lady Barbara's not joining us tonight.
So?
I was looking forward so to meeting you. You'd become a lady of mystery. And having met you this morning on the promenade deck, I spent the day looking forward to chatting with you this evening.
Oh, more pretty speeches.
All right, sir?
Yes, fine. Fine, thank you. If the wine meets with Miss Jones' approval.
Miss Jones knows little of wines, Mr. Lyme. She is content to leave such matters to you. You have won Lady Barbara's confidence, and that means that you have won mine, too.
Then a toast to your improved health, Miss Jones.
Now, why do you always pause, as if you do not remember my name?
Oh, my apologies. It's very rude of me. I'm awfully sorry.
I accept your... Oh!
What is it?
Oh, my string of necklaces. It broke. Oh, my pearls.
Oh, here, look out. Just hold still. You know how many of them there were? Now, don't move.
Yes, there were 64.
Just so we can make sure none of them have rolled under... here. Yeah, here's another.
Oh, such a stupid thing. No, I really must apologize.
Please. Here's another. Stuart.
No, it is all right. I think that's all of them. Let me see. quickly. That's 5, 10, 15.
Yes, sir.
Just hang on a second, will you? The lady's string of pearls broke. It may be that one or two are still missing
The first time I
somewhere. I
have
don't
never
know.
done such a betise, such a foolish thing. 55 and 5 is 60, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that is a whole lot of them. Thank you, Stuart.
Lucky thing, ma'am.
Oh, Mr. Lime, do me a great favor.
Anything at all. I say, you're sure they're all here?
Oh, yes, sure. Take them, will you? You have an envelope, perhaps, or a safe pocket? Take them for me to the little jewelry shop. You know, the one right on the steps.
Oh, sure, I know the shop, but...
Maybe it's still open. You can have the man restring them properly on a
Sure.
strong new string. Or would you do that?
Well, I'm not sure I like the idea, really, of wandering around the ship with a handful of loose pearls. These look like the real thing.
Oh, no, they will be perfectly safe. Now, won't you, for me, such a little favor, if the shop should still be open, please?
Leave you?
Oh, I shall sit here quite quietly, just thinking how lucky I am that you were with me when the string broke, till you return. All right?
All right. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Orson Welles returns in just a moment as the third man. And now, Orson Welles as the third man continues with Rogue's Holiday.
So there I was, by myself, free as the wind, with 64 pearls in my pocket. Even one of them, one of the bigger ones, be worth, well, 5,000 pounds, something like that. Nice sum. My stateroom, I had some loose pearls, paste. I could have made the switch easily enough, had plenty of time. And a stupid thief might have done just that. But not Harry Lime. Oh, no. I'd play it smart. I'd wait till later. Went straight to the ship's jeweler.
String broker?
If you could do a quick but good repair job, old man, I'd be most grateful.
Oh, it's easy enough. Just take a moment. Just roll them out here. Good ones, aren't they?
Well, they look it, don't they?
Yes. To an expert's eye, they're very handsome indeed.
How much would you estimate that string to be worth, old man?
If you were to just walk into this shop and ask to buy them, you mean?
Yeah.
Or if you wanted me to find you another 64 like them?
No, just walk in and buy them. 50,000 pounds?
Oh, I'd say this string closer to 150,000, sir.
Well, I was a pretty rich man there for a few minutes.
There you are, sir.
Yes.
That string shouldn't break very quickly.
Thank you very much. What do I owe you?
Oh, forget it, sir. It's a privilege to be handling those pearls, even if only for a moment.
It would have been foolish for me to temper with his fortune while we were still aboard ship. 2 days we'd be in Southampton, at which there'd be still plenty of time. The important thing was to get this lovely girl's confidence, which I most certainly did. And the second thing was to pry under her incognito. Who was she? Which princess of the blood was anxious to conceal her identity under the plebeian name of Jones, and why? Not until the last night, when the ship was gliding into the soft darkness past Plymouth, when the two of us stood under a sickle moon on the boat deck, did I find out. If she looked lovely in that moonlight, her pearls looked even lovelier.
Oh, what a wonderfully soft, warm night.
I hadn't noticed.
You had not? Oh, the band has begun playing again.
It has?
Can't you hear it? What's the matter with you?
I need all my 5 senses for something more important than looking at nights or listening to dance
Oh,
bands.
no, Mr. Lime.
Harry,
Oh, now, Harry, you must know.
if the night is warm, it's because it must be to afford you a warm mantle. If the band is playing, it's only to provide a setting for your voice. Miss Jones.
My name is
Yes?
Anne.
Don't move.
Please.
What price the warmth of the night or the music of the band?
Oh, you kiss very expertly, Mr. Lime.
Harry,
Or should I say you seem very practiced?
If a cat may look at a king,
Yes?
then perhaps it's all right if I kiss a princess.
You recognize me.
I knew you were a princess, not your name, if that matters.
You are uncanny, Mr. Lang.
Harry.
And since you have gotten this far and since you have shown yourself trustworthy, I can see no reason for not telling you anymore. I am Anne de Bourbon, Princess of Helvigstein.
At your service, ma'am.
You have heard of our principality? It is in eastern Germany, beyond the Iron Curtain. I should say it was. It is no more. It's all gone except...
Except what?
I'm not sure. I will not know until I meet my husband in London. If I meet my husband.
If? Well, there's some doubt.
I have said too much already, Mr. Lyme. It is too bad. It has been a pleasant evening. I was almost able to forget for a moment. Good night.
She was gone, just like that. At least I knew now who she was. Whether I'd be able to find her again in London, whether I'd frightened her away and with her my chance at that string of pearls by letting her know that I knew she was a princess, all these things I was a little nervous about. Till next day, just as I was getting ready to disembark in Southampton, Lady Barbara came up to me rather quickly.
Mr. Lyme, here, a note.
A note from...
Read it, please.
After last night, I've been worried for fear I might just possibly have said something which, might have offended your friend, Miss Jones.
Offended her? Oh, read the note.
The notepaper bore a crest, a coronet. It was one sheet of heavy paper folded once. There was no salutation. The note said, "As you said, a cat may look at a king. It might be interesting and fun to experiment once more with your other statement, the one about a princess." There was no signature, but none was necessary.
Do you feel better?
Yes, but...
She asked me to tell you that we will be stopping at the Carlton. We'll hope to see you there.
So she had arranged that we should meet again after all. But when we met again, away from the dangerous confines of an ocean liner, I proposed to relieve her lovely neck of those lovely pearls. Oh, sure, I was on a holiday and sentiment was involved, but these were factors that had to be disregarded. My scheme was foolproof. As it turned out, the scheme wasn't needed the first time I saw her in the sitting room of her Carlton suite.
Mr. Lyme.
Oh.
All right, Harry. Harry, you have already done me one favor. I hate to ask you,
I've told you I'm at your service, Miss Jones.
No, call me Anne, please.
If you want me, Highness, I shall be at...
No, don't leave, Barbara. Stay with us. You know the favor I have to ask of Harry anyway.
I started to say anything short of murder, Anne.
No, it's nothing like that. First, listen. On shipboard, you remember, I told you I was to meet my husband.
If, you said.
Yes, if. This is the if. Years ago, Harry, when the Red Army was driving through East Germany, we had to flee. My husband hid what was valuable that we had. Jewels, some gold plate, a pitiful collection, really, but all we had. He hid it himself. He alone knew where it was. He trusted in those days no one. Then, a few weeks ago, we planned to get it back. It would cost us a lot, we knew. Bribes, the purchase of a plane, fee for the pilot, more bribes and always more bribes. Klaus had to fly into Helvigstein, don't you see, himself. A mad and dangerous idea.
I think so.
But he refused to tell anyone else where his cachet was. He could not trust anyone. I went to America to raise some funds that was needed. Lady Barbara has been good enough to lend us more. But just today, I have learned that even more is needed.
More money?
Mr. Lyme, say no quickly if you cannot do me this favor. But I have exhausted all my other resources. If you knew how much it costs to bribe these officials over here.
Oh, I'll bet. How much do you need?
Oh, you will do it? It's just a loan, mind you.
It's a pleasure.
Lady Barbara's investment will bring her all we need at the first of the next quarter, and then I can repay you
Please, how much do you need?
10,000 American dollars. It is too much?
I don't think so. No, certainly not.
And see, for security,
no.
on your loan here, you will take this, my pearls. You have already once guarded them well.
Oh, please, I wouldn't dream of...
Yes, I insist. Otherwise, I will not even ask you for the loan of the 10,000 American dollars.
Oh, well, if you insist.
Here, take them. Now, how can we arrange to get the money?
Well, I have more than that here in the hotel safe in American dollars, too. Just let me ring the desk. trip downstairs in the lift, elevator to you, back up again to my room, and over to hers. I handed her 10 bills. She handed me the pearls. We smiled, shook hands on the deal, and I walked out of her room with a fortune in my pocket. Call for a celebration. Pal of mine runs a pub, saloon to you in London. I use it as a sort of message sender. I have letters sent me there. My pal knows all the gossip who's in town, who swindled whom, all the news I need in my business, so I went straight to him.
Harry, I haven't seen you for months.
Afternoon, Barney. Give me a whiskey and soda, double whiskey and soda. None of your bar whiskey. There's something good. One for yourself. I'm celebrating.
So am I, man. So am I. I'm celebrating your return.
Well, good.
How long you been in England?
Just a little while.
Too hot for you in the States, was it?
Look, can we have a drink somewhere in private?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Follow me. Got onto something good, have you?
I'll be leaving London pretty quick, Barney. I have to go to Europe, France, I guess maybe Italy.
Well, you've only just got here.
I pulled a quick one. They may be looking for me in London sooner than I like to think.
Uh-huh. What for? Unless it's something you think I should know
Look,
about.
Look, Barney.
Well, now, aren't they beauties? Real thing, aren't they?
I had them priced by a jeweler who said he'd ask £150,000 for them.
Oh, that should keep you in cigarettes for a week or two. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not half bad. Not, in fact, a quarter bad. Let me have a look. Do you mind?
Look them over all you want, Barney. I'll fence them in Paris somewhere. This is your last look, old man.
Uh-huh. Where did you say you got him?
Off a German princess. She gave them to me as a security on a loan.
Mm-hmm. German princess, is it?
Yes, French-born, I think.
French-born, you think?
Yes.
Name of what?
Anne de Bourbon, Princess of Elvigstein. Yes, very good. What's so funny? What's so very funny?
Anne de Bourbon. Princess de Elvigstein.
All right, old man. All right, better let me in on the joke.
I thought these pearls looked funny, although you said they weren't gem.
You're crazy. Well, Barney, I had them priced myself.
Maybe you had some pearls priced, but not these, my boy. You've been had. The oldest trick in the world. Pulled on you, Harry Lime.
Now, you're lying. Now, don't try to pull your tricks on me, Barney. A joke's a joke, but...
Oh, I don't have to. It's been pulled already. Harry, me bucko, I know who Andy Bourbon is. I know who the Princess von Elwigstein is, too. She's a slick little article.
Oh, no.
But she ain't German. She's not French-born, and I don't think you'll ever find any Elwigstein on no map. She's Doris Jones.
Oh.
That's who she is. And she was born right here in Clapham. That's where she was born. And she took you and shook you for, how much?
I gave her 10,000 American dollars. I don't believe you.
I'll die. The oldest gang in the world and pulled on none other than Harry Lime himself. I'll die.
Room 316, please.
Harry, when this news gets around, boy.
That's right. I'm calling Miss Jones. No, never mind. Oh.
Well, do I win me bet? And did you lose your 10,000 American dollars?
Yes. All I've got are these pearls.
Oh, better than nothing, Gary. It's a good imitation. Must be worth £50.
£50? Well, I'm on my holiday. I come out ahead after all.
What? Well, what about your 10,000 American dollars?
Your slick little article from Clapham tries to pass that 10,000, Barney. They're counterfeit. That'll teach Miss Jones to try anything fast with Harry Lime.
Harry Lime returns in just a moment. And now, Harry Lime.
Well, it seems that Miss Jones found herself a legitimate prince, one of those exiles in Portugal, and settled down with him in Lisbon. I ran into her at Estoril a couple of seasons later. She was a real princess now. But it seems His Highness isn't as young as he was and probably never was, so the princess is very democratic. She asked me to their place for dinner, said she thought I'd be interested in some of the interior decorations. I was. She complimented me on my nice set of pearl studs, which she recognized, and showed me into the cloakroom, which was entirely wallpapered in American $10 bills, or a reasonable facsimile. I recognized them. No hard feelings, you understand. It's a pleasant little caper, and I always enjoy moving about amongst the upper classes. It's so educational. Well, goodbye for now. Don't take any lead nickels. And remember, if you can't manage to resist temptation, be sure you get it appraised.
Presenting Orson Welles as the Third Man. The Lives of Harry Lime. The fabulous stories of the immortal character, originally created in the motion picture The Third Man, with zither music by Anton Karas.
That was the shot that killed Harry Lime. He died in a sewer beneath Vienna. As those of you know who saw the movie The Third Man, yes, that was the end of Harry Lime. But it was not the beginning. No. He had many lives. And I can tell you about all of them. How? Because my name is Harry Lime. Buenos Aires, July 1944. The Argentine papers were full of the attempted assassination of Adolf Hitler. It had failed, but all of us knew that the Nazi Party was doomed. Buenos Aires was full of those once high in the Nazi councils, and they brought with them money, jewelry, art treasure.
And now Orson Welles as Harry Lime, the third man in Work of Art.
Yes, there I was in Buenos Aires, just a clean-cut young American boy looking for a chance to hustle an honest buck. A friend had given me a letter to Senor Juan Fernandez, a gentleman with a handsome face, impeccable manners, and no morals. My informant had indicated that the senor might be helpful in guiding me along my chosen path. But when I called at his art galleries, housed in a brownstone building just off the Plaza del Congreso, he refused to see me. Well, there were always other sources of income to be found without Senor Fernandez's help, and the bar at the Casa del Oro seemed an ideal place for a young man to start a career. Bartender.
Si, senor. Dispense to the mid-demora.
I beg pardon, I don't understand much Spanish.
I will make the apology for being so long. See the supply of rum behind the bar, she was finished, and I go to the stockroom to bring some more.
Okay. Skip it.
No le entiendo, senor. What is skip it?
I need to let it go. Never mind. There's no harm done. I'll have a scotch.
Gracias, senor. In Buenos Aires, we use much rum, the speciality of the house. She's a drink I made myself invented. Made from 4 different kinds of rum. The juice of the pineapple, a dash of curacao, a sprinkling of the...
Fine, I'll have a scotch and soda.
Si, senor. But you would like my speciality. You're from all the world. They say it is the
You make a mistake in ordering scotch and soda where rum is the popular beverage.
Why?
And your clothing, caramba. You should buy clothes in the stores of Buenos Aires as soon as possible.
Miss Emily Post, I presume?
No, my name is Fernandez, Juan Fernandez. And I do not make these suggestions for the sake of etiquette, Mr. Lime, only for business reasons.
I'm completely fascinated, Senor Fernandez. Please continue.
In our profession, we must dress as the multitude dresses. We must drink as they drink, act as they act. We must never call special attention to ourselves, but must seemingly melt into the background.
Yeah, but I melt so badly.
I'm serious. I tell you these things for your own good.
Isn't this concern for me a little sudden, old man? This morning you wouldn't even see me.
Your drinks, senor.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
And you, senor.
I'll have one of your specials, Gerardo. We'll be over the little table in the corner.
But of course, senor.
It was not judicious of you to come to my art gallery, Senor Lime. You see, the business that goes on in the front rooms is quite regular, but there is a back room where some of the transactions are a little bit less orthodox.
Oh, yeah?
My backroom friends must not be seen coming into my establishment by my front room friends. You do understand?
No, of course. It's perfectly clear.
Lime, you come to Buenos Aires to reap some of the wealth here, huh? You are not the type to do it honestly, and that is all right with me. I will help you. But we must remain casual acquaintances who meet in bars, not business associates. You must not come to my galleries.
Okay, old man.
You are not giving me your full attention.
Well, how could I? Did you see what came through that door?
The beautiful senorita with the off-the-shoulder dress.
You don't miss anything either, do you, old man?
Not very much, I assure you, senor.
Who should you know?
If you and I come to terms, senor, she is the first assignment.
Senor Fernandez was about as communicative as a penguin. With a display of the ultimate in old-world manners, he refused to say another word about the slender, dark-eyed beauty who suddenly set my pulse pounding. Instead, he turned the conversation to other types of beauty, those found in paintings and sculpture. He began to test my knowledge of the arts and perhaps my conversational abilities. Apparently, my proficiency at the latter made up for any deficiencies in the former, but we soon came to terms. It wasn't until a second meeting, however, that the exact particulars of my new trade were explained by the master. We'd met accidentally at a roadside refreshment stand near the suburb of Belgrano.
It is my desire that you make friends among our new residents. You can gain invitations to their homes and go through their private galleries, huh? There are many such private galleries.
Well, that sounds interesting. Might even get a job later as a tourist guide.
Your job will be to guide some friends of mine to the finest, the most expensive works of art in town. You must equip them with full descriptions of the galleries, the houses containing them, the personnel, the entrances, the exits.
Okay. Our souls have met. And now to that first assignment you spoke about, the senorita.
Yes. Little is known of Senorita Melissa Corday. She came here a few months ago. She rented an expensive villa, and she's invited only a few close friends to see her art treasures. But according to reports, she's the owner of the most valuable painting in all of Buenos Aires, an original Rubens worth a fortune.
All that and original Rubens, too. I don't know what Juan Ferendez is worried about. What could happen to me? I wasn't going to be doing any of the stealing. My job consisted of being charming and observant. During the next few weeks, I managed to exercise my charm on half a dozen of the local gentry. I was invited to their homes, and I made polite compliments to my hosts, extravagant ones to my hostesses. You know, it's amazing how much information you can get if you say the right things about a woman's choice of dresses or a man's choice of wines. And Senor Ferendez paid me handsomely for the information, but both of us were still primarily concerned with Senorita Melissa Corday. And she proved as elusive as the olive at the bottom of a martini. However, by this time we were both members of Buenos Aires society, and an eventual meeting was inevitable. I managed to meet her often. As a matter of fact, she found me quite irresistible.
I'm very sorry, Senor Lime, but I'm busy tomorrow.
The following day, then?
No, I'm sorry. The following day I have an engagement.
The day after that, Senorita
Busy.
Corday. Busy, huh? Now, there were two things driving me toward Melissa Corday. My determination that I'd pierce that core of cold steel and my desire to get the Reuben. Oh, I've known women like her before. Women with cash registers where their hearts were supposed to be, but it wasn't going to defeat me. I'd have a bank balance to blind the next mercenary woman I'd met, and Melissa Corday was going to be the donor. On Saturday evening, Senorita Corday was giving a large dinner party for a visiting American diplomat. After a short study of the guest list, I chose as my target an undersecretary of the English consulate, Mr. Albert Ramsey. I studied him carefully. I learned of some of his former posts and all of his weaknesses, including that of absent-mindedness. On Saturday evening, I followed him out of his hotel.
Sorry,
Sam, I'm
sorry,
I wasn't looking... Bertie, Albert Ramsey in the flesh.
Oh, yes, in the flesh, as you say. But,
How have you been, old boy? I heard you were connected with the concert over here, but I haven't had a chance to look you up. It is good seeing you
well,
again,
yes, it's
old
nice
man.
seeing you.
Imagine bumping into good old Bert Ramsey right in the middle of Buenos Aires. It's been a long time, hasn't it, old
Well,
man?
I hope you'll forgive me, a frightful memory, but I don't seem to remember quite where it was.
Oh, you're
last
joking, of
time.
course. You remember. It's at the Shoreham Hotel in Washington.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
of
of
course. How
course.
frightfully stupid of me. Washington, eh?
Yes, Washington.
Must have been about 40.
1940 it was, but exactly. And you say you have a bad memory. This is really a break bumping into you on my first free evening since I got here. You've got to have dinner with me, old man.
Well, fact of the matter is, I have a dinner engagement. Charming girl. Having a bit of a party tonight. Promised I'd go.
Well, I'm certainly not going to say goodbye after having been lucky enough to run into you. I hate these dinner parties myself, but then maybe you couldn't take me along even if you wanted to.
Oh, I dare say it'd be all right.
Well, as
but,
long as you say it'd be all right, you're sure I wouldn't be intruding?
Oh, no, of course not. No, a pretty girl like that'll be delighted to have me bring a handsome young chap around. Probably only invited an old duffer like me because she needed an extra man.
Well, if you're positive, it's all right.
Oh, I do have a confession to make, though. That rotten memory of mine, I remember our meetings in Washington plain as though they occurred yesterday, but your name slipped right out of my mind.
Can you imagine that? Well, don't apologize. It's Lime. Harry Lime.
You're a hat, senor.
Oh, thanks.
Here, take my stick, too. I've got a stalwart companion with me now. I won't need a stick if I'm attacked by rogues.
That's a good one, Bert. That's a good one.
Here comes our hostess.
Good evening, Mr.
You look simply ravishing, my dear. Look, I want you to meet an old and very dear friend of mine, Mr. Harry Lime.
I've had the pleasure.
Oh, you don't say. I didn't know.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Melissa. I didn't know Mr. Ramsey was coming here. I bumped into him.
Oh, it's all my fault, my dear. Harry and I met accidentally, and I hadn't seen him for years. I simply insisted that he come along. I suppose I was so busy chatting about old times, I didn't get round to telling him who our hostess was.
I see.
I hope you'll pardon an old duffer.
Yes, of course, Mr. Ramsey.
Of course, you could call the police or have your servants throw me out.
I say he is droll, isn't he, my dear?
Very. Well, come in and have a drink. The others are a little ahead of you already.
Oh, we'll catch up when we're Harry.
Oh, I don't think I'll have a drink tonight. I don't want a chance dulling my senses. I understand Melissa has an art collection that's really worthwhile seeing.
You're interested in art?
Oh.
Somehow I didn't think you would be.
Oh, I'm very, very, very interested.
Perhaps I've been wrong in my estimate of you, Mr. Lime. I'll be happy to show you my gallery, if you really think you'd enjoy it.
Well, honestly, Miss Corday, nothing could fascinate me more.
Orson Welles returns in just a moment as the third man. And now, Orson Welles, as the third man, continues with Work of Art.
Dinner was an eternity of rich food and rich people. The small talk was so small it was almost non-existent. But for one thing, I could be thankful. My pal, Bertie Ramsey, forgot me in his absorption with a mustached Ecuadorian woman. He was probably fascinated by the task of counting her chins. No mean job, since she was constantly quivering with laughter. At any rate, the dinner was over in what seemed like a mere few months. And after what Mr. Ramsey probably would have called a decent interval, I persuaded Melissa Corday to take me on a cook's tour of her gallery.
Well, this is it.
Oh, it's magnificent. Why, there must be a fortune represented here.
It means little to me now. Perhaps someday it may have value for me again.
Melissa, maybe you don't realize what's wrong. You're lonely.
This first painting's quite interesting. A little-known artist, Constantine Langmuir, painted it. I suppose it has little intrinsic value, but I recognize the scene. A little cove on Riviera where I used to go when I was a child.
Oh, that's lovely. That's a Degas over there, isn't it?
Yes.
And a Rubens. That is a Rubens, isn't it?
Yes. When I first got it, I thought it was the answer to all my dreams.
And it isn't now?
It's almost worthless.
Melissa, you can make things worthwhile again. You can learn how to dream again.
Please, Harry. You're hurting my hand.
You're hurting my heart. Melissa, I don't know what's holding you back, but sometimes when we've been hurt, we build up a wall around ourselves. I know because I've been hurt. I've been lonely. Maybe neither of us has to be lonely again.
No. Harry, please.
I didn't intend to kiss you by force.
I think maybe I'd better go back to my other guests. When you're ready to rejoin the others, just pull the door firmly. It's self-locking.
The gallery was in a separate wing of the house, connected to a small sitting room with only the self-locking door between. The sitting room had a large French door that led to a small balcony, and the street was only 7 or 8 feet below. On the other side of the sitting room was a boudoir, Melissa's. The servants' quarters must be miles away. It was a setup. And Harry Lime wasn't going to give this setup away for any 25% of the Rubens' value. Let Ferendez take his 25%. It was going to be 75 for me. I wedged a match in the lock, and then I rejoined the gay party of the doddering diplomats.
Oh, well, there you are, my boy. Did you manage to come out with the Picasso under your coat?
It wouldn't quite fit, but...
We'd all give our eye teeth of some of Melissa's paintings. She has some real beauties, doesn't she?
Well, let's say she possesses real beauty.
Oh, well put, old boy, well put.
Have a drink, Harry.
Oh, no, I really have to be going, Melissa, if you'll excuse me.
The night's young yet, Harry, the night's young.
I expect a busy day tomorrow. I'm awfully sorry.
Well, if you must go.
Please don't bother seeing me at the door, Melissa. I don't want to take you away from your other guests.
Well, goodbye then.
Adieu. Good night. Bye now. Buenas noches.
You are leaving, Senor Lime?
Yes, I have to be going.
No, I will get where you go.
Oh, I just had a little accident. The button off my coat. You wouldn't happen to have a needle in the thread, do you?
A needle? Thread?
Agujaillo.
Agujaillo. Si, Senor Lime. Pedro has, right here in the cloakroom.
And a pair of scissors, a sharp knife, or a razor blade, something of that kind. You have one?
Si, understand, razor blade. Have here. See? Needle, thread, razor blade. You want Pedro to sew on?
No, thanks very much. I can manage. I hate to keep troubling you, but suddenly I seem to be very thirsty. Do you think I might have a glass of water?
Si, senor.
Oh, thank you. If you could get it while I sew this on.
Of course, senor. I shall be right back.
No. Take your time. Take all the time in the world. This was the one dangerous element in the whole scheme. My being seen now. I waited until the obliging Pedro was out of sight, then I slipped down the corridor. I hoped he wouldn't start a fuss when he found me gone. The guests and the servants were all busy, thank heavens. I reached the gallery wing. I slipped through the little sitting room into the room containing my Rubens, took the little matchstick out and heard the lock click reassuringly. But just in case someone should come in, I took a position behind a heavy velvet drape. Hours later, I could hear the other guests take their departure. The servants locking windows and doors. Someone rattled the doorknob of the gallery and then went away. I heard Melissa's door open and close. But still I remained motionless. I waited until almost dawn, till the silence was thick and heavy. Stealthily, I approached the priceless painting. I took the razor and slipped the canvas neatly in the frame. I rolled it up and slipped it into the lining of my coat. A few hurried stitches took care of the rip I'd made for it. I held my breath as I tiptoed to the door and opened it gently. Crossed to the French door that led to the balcony. Below was the street and safety. The latch worked easily. I started to turn the handle. Oh, my ankle.
Stop!
Oh, my ankle. No, don't shoot.
So we've got a ladron, eh? It's on the alarm.
Get to your feet. Stand up.
My ankle's killing me, Pedro.
Pedro, you called me by name.
Oh.
Carlos, flash your light in his face. No.
Pedro, Carlos, what in the world is going on?
We have caught for you a burglar, senorita. A burglar. He is Senor Lime.
I call the politia. No, senorita?
Wait just a minute, Carlos. Harry, what is the meaning of this?
Well,
what were you doing in my gallery?
Well, I wasn't in the gallery.
What?
I could explain the whole thing very easily if we were alone.
Not leave you alone with him, senorita.
You don't think I'd try to harm you?
No, Harry, I don't. It's all right, Pedro. Carlos, wait outside.
We have our guns ready. You call if you need us, huh? And no funny business, Senor Lime.
Well, Harry?
I did a silly thing. I guess you wouldn't talk to me earlier, and I had so much to tell you. Things I couldn't say before your other guests.
Harry.
So I came back to steal something. I came back to steal a few hours alone with you.
Oh,
So
Harry.
I tried to sneak out, and, well, you know the rest.
Oh, you're going to make Carlos and Pedro very unhappy. They thought they'd go to Ladron. Oh, poor Harry. Your ankle hurts you very much.
Well, when you look at me like that, I can't feel any pain.
Oh, you'd better go back to your hotel and rest.
Yes, I guess I'd better. Could I phone for a cab?
Oh, I'll send you home in my car. Pedro can take you.
You're very kind, Melissa. Monday morning came, with it the newspapers, probably carrying my description. But no, there was no mention of the robbery. For some reason, Melissa Corday had not reported the theft. Maybe the old Lime charm had been more effective than I thought. Still, I wasn't taking any chances. I made my way most carefully to the galleries of Senor Ferentis. And this time I insisted on seeing him.
You should not have forced her way in, Harry. I told you
I had to see her, and you'll be happy to see me.
What in the world are you doing?
Just removing a little painting I happened to pick up. Look.
The Rubens.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Need the money for it right away, Juan. I have to get out of the country now.
Obviously.
I get 75% this time. Of course, I know you haven't got that much cash hanging around, but I thought you could give me as much as you have now.
I have enough to pay you what this is worth.
Oh, what?
This is not an original Rubens, Harry.
But you were the one who told me.
I had never seen it when we discussed the matter. It's a good copy, a very good copy, worth $100 perhaps.
No. So that's what she meant. It's almost worthless. I was worried about her morale. What's her game, Juan?
Oh, I suppose a very old one, insuring a fake, permitting someone to steal it and giving him ample time to make a getaway, and then suddenly discovering the loss and reporting it to the insurance company.
So now the insurance detectives be after me, and for $100 copy.
Oh, those insurance investigators are always the most relentless.
And she's in the clear. If I'm caught, she didn't dream it was a copy. If I make a getaway, she's rich. It was all window dressing. Those servants, the house, everything.
You better leave, Harry.
Pedro, he'd make a lovely witness. He even gave me the razor blade I used.
I have a friend. He owns a small freighter. It sails in a few hours. I'll call him. The Natalie Third. It's moored in the Puerto Nuevo.
I'll find it. I'm awfully sorry, old man. I'm a little short of cash.
Here, $100 for the Rubens copy. Oh, I don't know what I can do with it. The skipper of the freighter is a friend of mine. He will not charge you more than $100.
Okay, well, goodbye, old man. I suppose I just encountered one of the hazards of the profession. Thanks for the 100.
You're welcome.
He's gone?
Yes, Senorita Corday, you can come out now.
I don't know how I can ever thank you. You were my only chance. I had to come to you, Senor Fernández.
It was a great pleasure to save your masterpiece for you.
That wasn't all you saved.
No?
If I'd called the police last night, there would have been no way of explaining the presence of an attractive man in my home at that hour.
Mm-hmm.
One who'd been present all evening.
It would have been compromising.
I never could have obtained my divorce. My only reason for being in Buenos Aires would have been shattered. My months of being rude to every man who looked at me, lest my husband's agents could misinterpret my friendships.
You know, I'm beginning to think I was never cut out for this business. We Spaniards are too sentimental, eh? Like Harry Lime, I might have made a fortune out of this painting.
Imagine getting it back for $100.
But with no profit to me. All I accomplished was the saving of a woman's reputation. A perishable commodity at best.
Harry Lime returns in just a moment. And now, Harry Lime.
Of course, I hadn't witnessed that last scene. I reconstructed it later from a few newspaper clippings. One reported the final divorce of Melissa Corday, former wife of a Nazi munitions manufacturer. Another reported her marriage to Senor Juan Fernández, well-known Argentinian art dealer. And a third, which must have been released to the press in anticipation of my reading it somewhere, told how a priceless work of art had been recovered for a $100 reward. It had been a work of art, all right.
Presenting Orson Welles as the Third Man. The Lives of Harry Lime. The fabulous stories of the immortal character, originally created in the motion picture The Third Man, with zither music by Anton Karas.
That was the shot that killed Harry Lime. He died in a sewer beneath Vienna. As those of you know who saw the movie The Third Man. Yes, that was the end of Harry Lime. But it was not the beginning. No. He had many lives. And I can tell you about all of them. How? Because my name is Harry Lime. Now, Kiddies, London, which is the capital of England, is noted for a number of curious historical events. King Charles was beheaded in London. They had a fire there and a plague. And it is also the place where Harry Lime broke 3 music boxes and founded an orphan asylum. Please don't ever say I'm not a music lover and a philanthropist, because I'm not.
And now, Orson Welles as Harry Lime, the Third Man, in today's story, Operation Music Box.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dowdley.
That's right, madam.
I'm interested in a music box.
Certainly, madam. We have a number. I'll go and get them.
Just a moment, though, Mr. Dowdley. I'm only interested...
He didn't hear you. I think he must be a little deaf.
I guess so.
You know, you make me homesick.
What do you mean?
Don't you know what it is to be homesick?
I sure do. I've only been away a few weeks, and I'd certainly like to be back. But why do I make you homesick?
Oh, you make me think of Central Park and the fountain by the plaza, Fifth Avenue in the morning in May, and the sound of roller skating on the sidewalk downtown, hoot of shipping on the East River. Everything, in fact.
How do you know I come from New York?
I just guessed.
Here's your check, Mr. Lime.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Entwistle.
Here we are, madam. These are all the music boxes we have. These 2 are 17th century, and this one 18th century. This one, well... That's a delightful tune, isn't it?
I should have explained, Mr. Dowdley. I don't care if the music boxes were made in the 17th, 18th, or 19th century. In fact, I don't care when they were made. What I want to know is, when did you buy them?
But, madam, surely the value of a music box lies in when it was made, not when it was bought.
Not to me, Mr. Dowdley. I'm only interested to know whether you purchased any music boxes between February and June of last year.
We're here to sell antiques, Miss...
Chappick.
Miss Chappick, not to disclose records of our purchases.
If you'll excuse me butting in, I guess what this lady's trying to say is that she's ready to buy any music boxes you happen to purchase during that period that she's been...
I'm not trying to say anything. I'm quite capable of making myself understood, thank you.
But,
Sorry.
Miss Chappick, do I take it that it is as Mr. Lime here suggests?
Yes.
Well, in that case, we'll see what we can do for you. What do our records say, Mr. Entwistle?
Yes, let me see. Yes, during the period in question, sir, we purchased 4 music boxes, 3 of which have since been sold.
And the 4th?
It's the one Mr. Dowdley is holding at the moment, madam.
May I look at it, Mr. Dowdley?
Certainly.
Got hammer.
A hammer? A hammer?
Yes, a hammer.
Hey, you're not going to buy this music box just to smash it up, are you?
Yes, do you mind?
Well, it's all right with me.
I've never heard of such a thing. In 50 years' experience of selling antiques, I've never heard of such a thing.
Why should you care? You can name your own price.
Oh, there's a little more to it than that, isn't there, Mr. Entwistle?
Certainly, I think so.
Miss Chappick, I don't like to see beautiful things willfully destroyed.
I said you could name your own price, Mr. Dudley.
Oh, in that case, I must warn you the price will be a stiff one. Entwistle, give Miss Chappick a hammer.
What? Very well, Mr. Dunn.
Is this a habit of yours, breaking up music boxes?
You don't know how many I've broken up in the last week.
Well, here comes your hammer.
Here you are, Miss Chappick.
Thank you. No good.
And that little act of wanton destruction, Miss Chappick, will cost you exactly £35.
It's okay, Mr. Dudley, but I'd like you to do one thing more for me, if you will. I'd like you to let me have the names and addresses of the people who bought those other three music boxes. I'll pay a stiff price for that, too.
Oh. Let me get you a taxi.
Don't bother.
For a minute, I thought he was going to refuse to give you those addresses.
Well, he didn't, did he?
Taxi. Oh, so he's trying that when the flag's down.
I know. It's waiting for me.
Well, in that case, you can give me a lift.
I don't suppose for a minute we're going in the same direction.
That's just where you're wrong. And that's how I met Myrna Chappick. My interest in this girl was twofold. First of all, she definitely started where the petty girls left off. And secondly, there was this little matter of the music boxes. My left little toe was twitching. Could have been the damp weather, of course, but with me it's usually a sign that money is in the air. Anyway, an hour later, we were on our fourth martini, and Myrna was beginning to unbend. Now, come on, Myrna. What is all this? What's the idea? Busting up all those music boxes.
Have you heard of Jan Chappick?
You mean the Czechoslovakian guy, the politician?
Yeah.
What's he got to do with it?
The day before he died, he wrote me a letter from London. Hand me my purse, will you?
Yeah, here you are.
Here, you can read it.
My dear Myrna, you will not know me except perhaps from seeing my picture in the paper many years ago, but then that is not surprising, because I only know you from seeing yours. The other day I happened to see in an old issue of the American magazine Esquire a colored photograph of Myrna Chappick. I couldn't help remarking the resemblance to your mother, my sister, who left for America some 25 years ago. Had you ever heard of this guy? Did your mother ever mention it?
Not that I remember.
Well, how come you took your mother's name, not your father's?
My father's name was Chappick. He was a coal miner in Pennsylvania.
It's a funny thing, your mother marrying a man of the same name, wasn't it?
Well, as a matter of fact, it wasn't. She was an Italian.
And the man who wrote this letter wasn't your uncle?
No, it couldn't have been it. You know, I'm talking too much. I don't know whether it's you or the martinis.
It's both.
Well, go ahead, read the rest of it.
Okay, now, my dear niece, this is a painful task which I have before me, but really there is no possible choice. You must know that when the communists seized control in my country, a price was put on my head, and I only managed to escape at the very last moment by concealing myself in the tail of an American airliner which was leaving Prague that night. Like many others in Europe in those terrible last years, I managed only to take away with me the meagerest of possessions. A small traveling case light enough for me to carry, for I was ailing and feeble even then. I have said that the purpose of this letter is a painful one, but perhaps you will not find it so, because after all you do not know me, and surely will not receive the news of my death with any sorrow. But the fact is that I will be gone by the time you read these words, which are not intended so much for a farewell. People who don't know each other can't very well say goodbye, can they? But as a last will and testament. I am leaving you the contents of my little suitcase, Myrna, a few shirts, a necktie, and the unfinished manuscript of my last book. These you will not find very exciting, I'm afraid, and I can't imagine you're traveling across the ocean to claim such an inheritance. But there is a music box, Myrna. It's the only thing of value I could take away with me on my flight. I want you to have it, and I give you my word that it will be worth your trouble to come after it. The landlady, who is not a sympathetic woman, has not been entrusted with the secret, and unluckily she has not been paid for the rent of this attic room for several weeks. By the time you come to London, she will have sold it, and You must find out where and to whom, and you must buy it back. Mm-hmm. And now my hand is very tired, and I cannot go on pushing this pen across the paper for many more words. I send my blessing to the child of my sister, who has inherited her wonderful green eyes, and also something else almost as wonderful and almost as green. Your Uncle Yan. Huh. Almost as wonderful, almost as green. That could be emeralds.
I'm sure that's what it is.
And you think the emeralds are concealed in the music box? In a false bottom or something?
I don't think it. I know it. And I'm going to get those emeralds if I have to break up every music box in London.
I left Myrna a good deal later that night. We'd had a wonderful time. I had her promise that we'd meet the next evening. I also had something else. I had that list from Dowdley's antique shop. Oh, yes, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I pinched it out of her purse. And you're right. That's what I did. Somewhere in London, there were 3 music boxes. In one of those 3 was a fortune in emeralds, and I've always been a great believer in the old adage, finders, keepers. Yes, if anybody was going to break up any music boxes, it was going to be me. Good morning. Is Miss Moira Corkbottle at home?
No, she's out.
Well, have you any idea where she's gone?
Well, I wouldn't like to say for sure, but, well, you could try the Velvet Penguin.
All right. The Velvet, the what?
It's a nightclub.
Velvet Penguin? But a nightclub? This is 10 o'clock in the morning.
Well, if she's anywhere, that's where she'll be.
Orson Welles returns in just a moment as the third man. And now, Orson Welles, as the third man, continues with today's story, Operation Music Box.
Like all nightclubs, the Velvet Penguin looked more than ordinarily squalid at 10:30 in the morning. Most of the chairs were piled up onto the tables, and by the glare of a work light, an unhappy-looking character in shirt sleeves was pounding the piano. A girl was singing. 3 or 4 other girls were waiting their turn, while a committee of fat, sleek gentlemen sat in judgment.
Okay, honey, that'll be enough. We get the idea. Yeah, what's your name again?
Moira Corkbottle.
Yeah, we'll let you know if anything turns up. Don't call us, we'll call you. Next.
Pardon me, Miss Corkbottle.
Yes?
My name is Lime. I'd like to talk to you for a minute, if you don't mind.
What's it about, a job?
Well, no,
It isn't. I'm not interested. I've had just about as much of this audition racket as I can take. I'm
I can
fed up with the
imagine.
whole cabaret game. Just as soon go back to singing in front of a band, even in the smalls.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask you about that music box you bought at Dowdley's last February.
You a detective?
Not exactly. You did buy one, though, didn't you?
Yes, I did, but it didn't do me any good.
What do you mean it didn't do you any good?
I thought it would soften him up.
Soften who, Miss Corkbottle?
My uncle, of course. My uncle Ben Corkbottle. You know, General Corkbottle.
No, I don't know.
You mean you never heard of General Corkbottle?
No, I never did.
Well, you haven't missed anything. He's an old skinflint and he hates women, even nieces who send him nice antique boxes filled with his favorite Turkish cigarettes on the occasion of his 101st birthday.
Is he really that old?
Of course not, but he acts that way.
He has the box.
Yes, when last heard from, he had the box. I wish he had the measles.
Would you like to be a good kid and give me his address?
Yes, all right. Give me a bit of paper and pencil and I'll write it down for you.
Here you are. I'll write it on this.
Okay. Now, look, if you see him, tell him I'm starving to death, which is true, that I speak of him constantly, which is also true, and that if he can see his way clear to sending me £100 or even a £5, but no, he won't. I know him.
Well, good luck with the General, Mr. Lime, and don't forget to wear your bulletproof vest.
Go away or I'll take my stick to you. Wait a minute. You don't look like a peddler.
Oh, no, sir, I'm not. I'm a collector.
Dust collector? Garbage collector? What kind of collector? Well, speak up.
Music boxes.
Oh, another one. By gad, the thing's turning into a positive plague. Well, come in. Let's get to the bottom of it.
Thank you, sir.
We'll come into my study. Now, what's the explanation of this wild rash of music box collectors? Who'd want a music box? Blasted things make you jump. Give me the Jim Jams. Well, come in, young fella. There must be something in music boxes I don't know about. A fine-looking young woman like Mr. What was your name again, my dear?
Chapek, we know each other, General.
Oh, you do?
Yes, we do.
Yes, well, that's not surprising. After all, you music box bugs probably have some kind of club or other. Old meetings, swap boxes and all that, eh?
Oh, we're going to hold a meeting, General. You can be sure of that, Harry.
Now, please, Myrna, don't misunderstand.
I understand perfectly.
Now then, I haven't got all the morning.
Here we are now.
Now then, before this young fellow interrupted us, you were making me an offer.
Yes, for your music box, General.
That is if you're willing to sell, General. What's your price?
£2.
£3.
£4.
10 pounds.
15 guineas.
25 guineas. This is as high as I'll go.
Well, that's the highest bid. Well, going? Gone. No, don't write a check, young fella. I'll take it in cash.
You've got a nerve honing in on this. I guessed you were up to something when I missed that list from my purse. You took it, didn't you?
Sure, I took it. What are you worrying about? You seem to be doing all right without the list.
Only because I happen to remember seeing the name Cork Bottle on top of the list, and luckily there are only 3 or 4 of them in the phone book.
Smart kid. You deserve better luck.
My luck's all right. I've caught up with you, haven't I? From now on, you've got yourself a constant companion,
Oh, good.
so you'd better start getting used to it.
Well, that shouldn't be hard. Myrna.
Yes?
Give me that hammer.
Give it another sock.
No use, Myrna, no use. It isn't this one.
How do you do?
Good
Are you
afternoon.
Mr.
Are you Mr.
Cherichev?
Cherichev?
I am Count Cherichev.
Oh, I beg your pardon,
Yes.
Count Cherichev. I wonder if we could come in for just a moment.
Well, I
Count
don't know.
Cherichev,
I am pressed for time.
Oh, we won't take
Well,
any.
I suppose I can spare you a few minutes.
Oh, thank
Just
you very
a few
much.
minutes.
Thanks.
Come in.
An awful
Come
lot.
in.
Most kind of you, Count. Because
This way,
swell face you got
it
here.
is. It's wonderful. I can see that you're a man of taste, Count
Yes.
Cherichev. You've got some lovely pieces of furniture
It
here.
is possible.
Oh, no, it's
Not
more
what
than
I
that.
was used to in the old days, in the Tsar's time.
Oh, I
Now,
can imagine.
what is it you want, please? What?
Well,
Oh,
I
we
believe
want to
you're a
ask you about
collector
a
of
music
music
box.
boxes.
Please, just a minute. One at a time.
Yes.
One at a
I'm
time.
sorry, Count. Yes,
Now, what is all this about music boxes?
Well,
I am not a collector of music boxes. I am a collector of miniatures of the Empress Catherine of Russia.
well, what about this music box on the table? Here.
I bought that one, certainly. But only because of the enamel portrait medallion of Catherine on the lid.
the Catherine.
She is an ancestor of mine.
Oh, is she? Yes.
Hey, look, can't you see the resemblance to me?
Yes, now you
God.
mention it's remarkable. But do you mind if I set this thing going?
No,
Yes.
please don't do that. Please. No, don't.
That's all right. There we are.
I am not interested in this as a music box.
Oh, you aren't. Well, in that case, Count, maybe you'd be ready to sell it.
Sell it?
Yes,
Certainly not.
Oh, but-
I told you I want it for the miniature on the lid.
Can't we persuade you to change your
Yes, I'm
mind?
sure
We're
you-
prepared to pay a good price
No,
for it.
price doesn't enter into it, my dear lady. I don't buy things to sell again.
Well, this particular music box happens to be awfully important to us, Count.
I
It's,
can't help that. I'm sorry. I couldn't possibly sell it. No use talking. No use arguing.
You know, it's a very lucky thing for you, Myrna, my girl, that you've got me as a partner in this business.
I hadn't noticed it.
no?
There wasn't much luck about the Chelichev episode. We haven't got the box.
We soon will have the box.
How come?
Because, my dear old girl, it so happens that just for kicks, I once took lessons from one of the best cat burglars in the business. The Count lived in what was once a big private house that had been turned into 3 or 4 flats. There was a garden and a big wall. That night I got over the wall, crept through the garden, climbed up to the 2nd floor and got through the window into the Count's drawing room. I worked quickly and quietly. I cut a small section out of the crystal cabinet with my diamond cutter that contained the Count's object d'art, got through to the latch, unlocked it, and seized the music box. And then, at that moment...
Just a minute there. What's the hurry? What's going on?
Officer, we've just been burgled. A burglar got in my flat over there. He's stolen my father's antique music box. Did you see anyone come around the corner over there?
No, sir. He can't have come this way. We'd better try the other way. Quick. Here, just a minute, Joe.
Well, there were no emeralds on that one.
No. But it was a pleasure breaking it up. Good afternoon. We'd like very much to see the Principessa Marguta.
How did you two get past the old porter downstairs?
Like this.
Oh, I
For
see.
you, honey.
Well, I'm afraid the Principessa wouldn't see you without an appointment.
Tell me, before she was married, wasn't she Mabel Schroeder from Dubuque, daughter of the Chain Store King?
Yes, she
And
was.
she was divorced from her husband last year, wasn't she?
That's right.
That's who I told you.
That
was,
don't
sure.
mean she's looking for any boyfriends. With her money, there's always plenty of those.
Well, don't look at me like that. I only want to speak to her.
I really don't think it's possible.
Here she comes now.
Ethel.
Good
I'll speak to
afternoon,
these people.
Principessa. We've been trying to locate a music box.
A music box?
Yes, it's it's a music box we've been trying to locate. I don't know whether anybody sent you a music box, Principessa?
Yes, we certainly did have a music box. Mr.
Lime.
Lime.
Yes.
A gentleman friend of mine gave it to my little daughter, Shirley.
Oh?
We haven't got it now.
Oh.
We gave it away to some charity or other.
What?
I believe it was the St. Andrew's Foundling Home and Orphanage down the East End here. Shirley sure hated that music box.
Why was that, Principessa?
She couldn't stand that tune.
What tune?
Oh, you know, that awful tune.
Look, this is the place, Harry. St. Andrew's Foundling Home and Orphanage.
Looks as if there's some kind of a ceremony going on.
Silence, please, silence for our director.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen and children, a little while ago, some kindly soul sent to us anonymously, amongst other gifts, a music box. A few days later, little Billy Gubbins, whom you all know, whilst playing with the box, stumbled and dropped it. This incident, trivial in itself, had the most surprising result. A secret compartment in the box was revealed, and in it were jewels. Naturally, we made inquiries in an effort to identify the donor, but fortunately for us, they all proved fruitless. And it is from the sale of these jewels that the building of this wonderful new wing is being financed. Here in my hands is the very box that brought about our good fortune. And I might add, it can still be used as a plaything by little Billy Gubbins. Listen.
No.
Harry! Does there happen to be amongst the visitors a doctor? A gentleman back there seems to have fainted.
returns in just a moment. And now, Harry Lime.
Goodbye for now. And remember what Ben Franklin said about honesty being the best policy. I wish I could.
Presenting Orson Welles as the Third Man. The Lives of Harry Lime. The fabulous stories of the immortal character, originally created in the motion picture The Third Man, with zither music by Anton Karas.
That was the shot that killed Harry Lime. He died in a sewer beneath Vienna. As those of you know who saw the movie The Third Man. Yes, that was the end of Harry Lime. But it was not the beginning. No. He had many lives. And I can tell you about all of them. How? Because my name is Harry Lime.
And now, Orson Welles as Harry Lime, the third man, in today's story, The Golden Fleece.
Well, it's a queer story, no matter how you look at it. It begins with a bullfight. It ends with a naval engagement on the China Sea. There's a woman in it, of course. Have another drink?
All right, if you are.
2 gin slings, boy.
Yes, sir. 2 gin slings.
It all started in the little seaport of Algeciras. Like every other town in Spain, there's a bull ring there. I don't know how you feel about bullfights, but if it's Sunday in Spain, it's a little hard to stay away from them. A bullfight is to Spain what an opera is to Italy. It's the only thing in the country that starts on time. I'd been dawdling over my shellfish and beer, so when I got in for the second faena, Soldadito was in the ring. He was younger then and braver than he is now, but I've never been one of his fans. Too much ballet dancing for me and not enough bullfighting, but we won't go into that. I could talk about the corrida all night, but I promised you a story about adventure on the high seas, and it's beginning right now. Soldadito is dedicating the bull. He is paying this compliment to the lady who is seated next to me. For the first time, I glance at her, and the glance freezes into a stare. She has very dark red hair, very pale ivory skin, and very bright yellow eyes. I mean, really yellow, like a cat's. I won't dwell on her. I'd like to, but I won't. Suffice to say that this kid could stop traffic on the Indianapolis Speedway. The bullfighter turns, tosses his hat to her in the classical gesture over the shoulder, and moves out into the sunlight toward the bull. But as far as I'm concerned, the bullfight is over.
You must watch the ring, senor.
I beg your pardon?
It is very pleasant to feel your eyes upon me. I adore being stared at, but just now, don't you think it's a bit disrespectful to our friend Soldadito?
He's no friend of mine. If he's a good friend of yours, senorita, permit me to inform you that he is my enemy.
He's very graceful, don't you think? And that was also a graceful speech, senor.
No, I didn't hear it.
I do not mean his dedication of the bull to me. No, I mean your little speech just now about his being your enemy if he's my friend.
Thanks.
I adore it when men fight over me.
Senorita, fighting over you would be a pleasure. When do I begin?
Whenever you like.
Who shall I take on? The man or the bull?
I think you need not bother about the bull. Look, Soldadito is about to make the kill. That was a beautiful kill, wasn't it, Mr. What is your name?
Lime, Harry Lime. Yes, it's a good kill.
I will call you Harry. The bull kneeled like a penitent at his feet. The beast seemed to be asking the torero's pardon.
It should have been the other way around.
You are already jealous. I adore that. Still, you must admit it was a glorious kill.
Great kill.
Tell me, Harry, what are you doing in Algeciras?
No, I'm just looking around.
And what are you looking for?
No need to look any longer. I found it.
You make very pretty little speeches. I adore that. What is your profession?
Export, import, mostly. I dabble in a lot of things.
What a pity.
Why?
I had allowed myself to hope you were a sailor.
Well, I have been a sailor. Will that help?
You have to have master's papers. I am here with my yacht. Perhaps you have seen it in the harbor.
Oh, that big three-master with a black hole?
It's mine. We've lost our captain.
Oh?
It happened quite suddenly. I'm very sorry you're not a ship's captain. I would like to see you in the blue jacket with the gold buttons.
Would you believe it? I was a ship's captain.
I do not believe it.
But I have master's papers.
And where are they?
Oh, in Barcelona.
Oh, that is a bore, because we are leaving tomorrow.
Okay, I'll have somebody bring him down by train tonight.
In other words, you want the job?
In other words, I've got the job. I needed that job too much. And, of course, she knew it. I don't say she didn't like me, but there wasn't any doubt of it. That season, I was a little afraid about the seams. I phoned a friend of mine, a forger up in Barcelona, and made arrangements to cook up some papers for me and rush them down that night to the coast. Then I changed into my best shirt, the other one, and went to the best restaurant. She told me she was going there after the bullfight.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm sorry, but I just realized something. I don't know your name.
You do not know the lady's name?
You know Soldadito.
Of course he knows me. All Spain knows me. But what is this man doing at our table? He doesn't know you.
That's all right, old man. You can fix that. Introduce us.
I am the Baroness von Gurnifeld, but you will call me Nadia.
Okay, Nadia. The next morning, I had the forged papers and the captain's job safely in my pocket. The truth was, of course, that I'd never been a sailor in my life. Unless you count the work I had to do as a deckhand when they found me stowed away on a short trip from Alexandria to Naples. But I needed that job bad. And after one look into those huge cat's yellow eyes of hers, I would have jumped at any job she offered, whether I needed it or not.
You like the ship, Harry?
Oh, she's a beauty.
The steward will take your luggage to your cabin. Right now, you'll be needed on deck to superintend our departure.
By the way, where are we going?
To China.
Algeciras, Spain, to Hong Kong, China. That's quite a run for an old salt, whose only experience as a navigator consisted of piloting a canoe around the shallow end of Lake Winnebago, Wisconsin. Luckily, I thought to bring along a little help. The help's name, of all things in the world, was Sidney Carton. He was an ex-smuggler, or rather an unemployed smuggler. I'd run into Sidney occasionally on various little capers in and around the Mediterranean. I figured he was crooked enough so I could trust him. His main attraction, besides a shock of dirty, carrot-colored hair and a glass eye, was a set of teeth like a rotten rake. Sidney was the only man I ever knew who could eat a tomato through a zither. But if Sidney was an eyesore, he was a gift from heaven as far as Captain Lime was concerned. He was a real sailor, remember, and he covered up for me, doing all the real work while I walked around in my blue jacket with the gold buttons trying to look important. Naturally, Sidney wasn't doing this for love. But since I didn't have any money, I found it necessary to make him a few promises. I tell you, Sidney, this isn't a yacht at all.
Of course it's a yacht, Harry. This is a pleasure trip, pure and simple, and there's nothing in it for us.
I told you we were carrying contraband, old man, and I'll prove it.
What kind of contraband? Dope? Don't be a fool, Harry. Nobody smuggles dope into China. We're going half around the world just for the fun of it, and that ain't any fun.
Why had I been signed on with so few questions asked? Why had we left so quickly? Above all, what had happened to the original captain? It was queer enough, all right. But I was not telling Sidney the truth when I claimed that this was not a pleasure cruise. It was a pleasure, believe me. Then, one night, quite late it must have been, because I remember the moon was down, I was up on deck finishing a cigarette.
Harry? Harry?
You still up, old man?
I want to talk to you, Harry.
Why don't you get some sleep, old man?
I
After
found
all,
it,
one of
Harry.
us up. You found it? What did you find?
The contraband. Under the floorboards. I know what we're carrying now, Harry, and it'd knock your eye out. Amazing. That's what it is, amazing.
Okay, old man, okay. Spill it.
Oh, I've got a whole lot to spill, Harry. A whole lot. Maybe I ought to begin with the explosives.
Explosives?
Very powerful they are, Harry. Enough to blow this ship to China.
So that's it.
Oh, no, that's not the contraband. But let me ask you this, Harry. Did you ever notice that glass box in the chart house with a sign over it that says emergency only?
Hold it a minute.
Oh, what's wrong?
I thought I heard something. Go on.
And I also found out about the captain, Harry. Do you know who he was?
Take it one thing at a time, old man, please.
He was a naval officer for Hitler. Oh, very high and mighty mucky in the Nazi Navy he was. And you know his name?
What's his name got to do with it? I want to know what we're smuggling.
I'm coming to that. But the captain's name, Harry, was von Koenigwald.
Von Koenigwald, but that's Nadia's...
Right, Harry. He was her husband. And this is a rum go if ever I've seen one. Now, you take the explosives.
You take him. What I want to hear is about...
You can't laugh it off, Harry. Try as you will, it just ain't funny. These explosives are all wired up and set to go, Harry. This isn't a ship. It's a bomb. Shh. And as for what we're smuggling...
Shut up. There is somebody listening. Stay there. I'll be back in a second.
Right.
Hello.
Hello, Nadia.
It's too hot to sleep, isn't it?
It's pretty hot, all right.
Keep me company, Harry. I'm lonely.
finally got to my own cabin, it was dawn. Didn't dare go looking for Sidney in any way. I was bone-tired. They couldn't have let me sleep for more than an hour. Yes. Yes, what is it?
It's Matthew, sir, third officer.
What do you want?
Well, sir, we're in sight of land in the old court.
Don't bother me. Ask Sidney. He knows the course.
Yes, but please, Captain, may I speak to you?
Okay. Now then, what is it?
It's Cotton I want to talk to you about, sir.
What's wrong?
Well, I hardly know how to tell you, sir, but he's gone.
Gone?
Yes, sir. We've searched everywhere, very thoroughly, but there's no doubt at all, sir. Mr. Cotton is not on this ship.
Orson Welles returns in just a moment as the third man. And now, Orson Welles, as the third man, continues with today's story, The Golden Fleece.
I still don't know how we made it into port. The trick was to keep that second mate from guessing that I couldn't tell the poop from a bosun's whistle. And also to keep all of us from crashing into a reef or turning upside down or something. Luckily, a little boat came out to meet us with the harbor pilot. Seems that's the regular procedure. I was very grateful, I can tell you, to be spared the embarrassment of having to swim for it. But it's a long haul from Hong Kong, China to Panama City, and much as I like Nadia's company, I think I would have quit the job if I hadn't managed to make a deal with young Matthews, the second mate. I showed him some papers I happened to have, proving I was a secret operative from the FBI, and explained that he had to cover up for me the way Carton had been doing before. And by the time we got out of the canal on the Pacific end, I had everything pretty much under control. Would you like another drink?
No, thanks. Please go on, Mr.
Lime, Harry Lime. You see, I've got a reason for spinning this yarn. We'll come to that in a minute.
What happened to Cotton?
Well, Sidney? Nobody ever saw him again. Now, I'll skip the Pacific crossing now because nothing very important happened to us till we got to China. Unless you'd like to hear some more about those yellow eyes of Nudge.
What happened to von Koenigwald, the lady's husband?
Oh, I'm coming to that, old man. Just a second till I finish the drink. Okay. Well, it was late in March when we sighted Hong Kong. I'd learned how to imitate a sea captain by then, but I was more than a little anxious about my papers. There'd been a nasty moment or two in Tahiti, and I was afraid the British authorities might spot the forgery. They might even have gotten some wireless message about me by then, but I still didn't know the purpose of the trip, you understand. Sidney hadn't gotten around to telling me about what the contraband was before he disappeared. So my curiosity got the better of me as usual, and I stayed with the ship.
Captain, there's a speedboat coming alongside on the port bow.
It can't be the pilot. We've already taken him on.
Could be the harbor police, sir.
Isn't good.
No, the speedboat is mine.
Oh?
You'll bring the ship into anchorage, Mr. Matthews, please. The captain and I are leaving now.
We are? Where are we going, honey?
I loathe that expression.
Okay, Nadia, but you haven't answered my question.
There'll be plenty of time for that on the way.
We'd been riding upriver from Hong Kong for a good half hour before Nadia took it into her beautiful head to start talking.
I'm taking you to meet a very important man, Harry.
Huh?
You'd better know his name. It's General Wei.
A Chinaman?
He is Chinese, yes. General Wei was governor of one of the largest southern provinces, but of course that was...
Where are we meeting him? I think the mainland will be too hot for him now.
The general will be waiting for us on the junk.
A what?
A Chinese boat. I hope you're hungry, because there's bound to be quite a feast.
You mean to say we've come halfway around the world to keep a dinner engagement with a Chinese warlord?
Ours has been a very serious mission, Harry. And before you meet the General, I think you should know the truth.
So do I.
The General is planning to retrieve the lost provinces. Luckily, he is a wealthy man and had many investments in Tangier. It was my mission to bring him some of his wealth, which will be needed in the coming war. I think you have guessed what happened to the Baron von Königswald.
Yes, I think so. I think the Baron had a wife, and I think his wife bumped him off. Am I right, honey?
Please call me Nadia.
Okay, I think Nadia bumped him off.
He was a greedy man. I had reason to suspect that he planned to take part of the gold for himself.
Gold?
Yes, Harry. Gold bars purchased in Tangier. That's why I couldn't tell you earlier. It would have been too much of a temptation. The ship is lined with gold. $500,000 worth.
You know those Chinese ships? You know, the ones that look like some kind of cross between a Spanish galleon and a floating chop suey store? Pretty soon we came up to the biggest and gaudiest on the river. We were helped on board with a whole lot of Oriental fanfare, and I gathered that in a minute we were going to be presented to his nibs, the warlord himself. Nadia.
Yes?
There's just one thing I don't understand. No matter what price the old boy pays for that gold you brought him, I can't see why you bothered to cart it all the way across the Pacific. If you just told me before, I could have made a very nice deal for you in Mexico.
I did not bring the gold here for the profit, Harry. Here he comes.
Nadia, 1,000 welcomes.
Welcome to you, great one.
All my gratitude.
This is General Wei, Mr. Harry Lyme. Harry, may I present my father?
I know you've heard about shark's fins and bird's nest soup, but I'll bet you never knew a Chinese banquet can last 7.5 hours. Well, this one did. With eating all the way.
May I offer you some more ice wine, Captain Lyme?
I'm afraid I've had too much already, General. I know this may sound a little rude, but I can't help wondering, is Nadia really your daughter?
She is my only child.
That's funny. She doesn't look very Chinese.
No, Nadia's mother was a white Russian refugee. I met her in Chifu and made the mistake of marrying her. Nadia, however, is no mistake. She is my very precious jewel, Mr. Lyme. And I thank you for taking such good care of her.
Father, it's gone.
Get the speedboat!
What's happened? What's
the
happened?
boat, Harry, our boat with all the gold on it. It has vanished.
While we were in there stuffing ourselves, somebody had made off with a yacht. Word came to us it was going downstream toward the open sea.
It's my fault.
Well, why yours, Nadia?
That Matthews boy, the third mate, I should never have trusted him. I should never trust anybody.
But if you'd gone on stabbing your ship's officers and tossing him overboard, you'd have ended up without any crew.
There she is ahead of us.
Ahoy there, Golden Fleece! Come about and prepare to receive us on board!
Can't you get any more speed, Harry?
Well, I'm punching a hole in the floor as it is.
Ahoy, Golden Fleece! This is your last chance! Come about or we open fire!
They won't answer.
They will now. Fire!
We had a dangerous-looking gang of hatchet men with machine guns on our launch, and they put up a good show. It wasn't long before we were next to the yacht, and I could see that a lot of damage had been done to the crew on board. It wasn't my crew. It was strangers. Chinese.
We'll just have to storm over the side. Come on, Harry.
What's wrong, General? Are you hit?
That's all right, Captain. Just give me your arm.
Okay. Here we go. No sooner were we on deck than a mean-looking Mongol I hadn't noticed before, high up in the shrouds, bit off the end of a grenade and threw it smack into our launch. Well, there goes everybody on our side. I guess this is it, Nadia.
Yes, Nadia, this is it.
Hey, wait a minute.
Don't worry, Nadia, I am not a ghost.
Wait a minute, you're Nadia's husband.
Yes, happily for me, I was not as dead as she thought I was when she pushed me into the sea. You should have remembered. I'm a good swimmer. Keep your hands in the air, please, all three of you.
Hans, how did you get here?
By plane. I couldn't guess your course, and it was the easiest way. I just flew to Hong Kong and waited for
And now what are you going to do?
I'm going to do unto others as they would do unto me, Captain. If you happen to remember any prayers, you'd better start saying them, all three of you.
I'm wounded, Canigalt, and dying. It doesn't matter about me, but Nadia's...
Father, I'm your true child. Do you imagine I would leave you now?
This is all very nice and noble, but what about me?
That's true, Harry. Hans, this man has done nothing to harm you. Let him swim for it.
He knows about the gold, Nadia, and I prefer to keep that as my own secret.
He also knows about something else, don't you, Harry? Carton told me about it the night I killed him.
What do you mean?
There's a tiny glass window here by my hand. Carton explained it to you. I heard him. The sign says for emergency only.
Yes?
Remember what he said, Harry. This isn't a ship. It's a bomb.
Thanks, Nadia. God bless you.
Shoot that man!
It's no use, Hans. He's a good swimmer, too. Goodbye, Harry.
Child.
You gave me a ring, Father, with the seal of our family. I still wear it. It's enough to break a pane of glass. Goodbye, Harry.
He's too far away to hear you.
He will hear this.
Sampan picked me up, but I almost drowned myself first thinking about all that gold. $500 million worth of it going down to the bottom of the sea. Have another gin sling?
Thanks again, Mr. Lime.
Well, that's the story. Here's why I told it to you. I know the spot where this happened. I've got it marked exactly on the map. Cost about 20,000 pounds to do the salvage, but that still leaves a pretty big margin of profit. And I just wondered if you'd be interested, sir, in investing.
Mr. Lime, I wonder if you know who I am.
Well, no, not exactly.
I'm the Lord Constable and Chief of Police in this colony. We have a full dossier on your activities as a confidence man, and I thought I'd let you tell your tale because I wanted to know how you work. Lime, that salvage racket's the oldest of all the old skin games. I'm surprised that you're trying it on anybody, least of all a policeman. Good night now. And by the way, we'd be much happier here if you'd leave town. Within the next 24 hours, that is. Well, pip-pip.
Pip-pip.
Another gin sling, sir?
No. Just give me the check.
Harry Lime returns in just a moment. And now, Harry Lime.
Well, friends, I think you understand why I don't like telling that story. Whoever I tell it to usually turns out to be a cop. That isn't the worst of it. The worst of it is that it's true. Well, pip-pip.
presenting Orson Welles as the third man. The Lives of Harry Lime. The fabulous stories of the immortal character originally created in the motion picture The Third Man, with zither music by Anton Karas.
Now, here's a little anecdote taking place in the city of Bordeaux. It has to do with a phase of my hectic career which was almost exclusively a chase. I was a big boy by then, but there's a school teacher in the story all the same. His name was Professor Saint-Pierre. He didn't mean any harm, but he caused me plenty before it was over.
And now, Orson Welles as Harry Lime, the third man in Blue Bride.
Now, this little cautionary tale took place a couple of years ago in the French port of Bordeaux. I'd taken lodgings above one of the choicest dives that the place has to offer. The proprietress was an enormous woman called affectionately by the sailors La Grosse Fifi, a formidable female if I ever saw one. I found the location a convenient base for certain of my business transactions. I'd circulated a rumor that I was writing a book about the waterfront. Unfortunately, Saint-Pierre got wind of it. Evidently, La Grosse Fifi mistook the little teacher for one of my clients and let him up. I was going over some accounts when there was a knock on my door. Who is it?
It is I, Professor Saint-Pierre from the lycée. I desire very much to speak with you.
Saint-Pierre? Who are you?
Please, it is of the utmost importance. I will not take up much of your time.
Okay. What is it?
Those papers on your desk. Notes for your book, no doubt.
Oh, yes. Matter of fact, they are. I'll just gather them up and put them away.
Oh, no, please. I do not mean to interrupt your work, mon cher Dr. Lime. I have long thought that some scholar should write a book on the waterfront of our beloved Bordeaux. Such a wealth of material, the mixture of dialects, the different racial strains, the songs and stories of the sailors. I cannot tell you how happy I am that someone like yourself has the time to devote to this project.
Well, that's very kind of you, I'm sure.
Dr. Lime, with all the deference to a scholar like yourself, I must make a confession. I'm only a humble teacher, but for many years I have dreamed of doing just what you are engaged in.
Really?
I wanted to write a book about the waterfront of Bordeaux.
Well, why don't you?
I have neither the time nor the money. All winter I must teach at the lycée. During the summer months I act as a tutor to make a little extra.
Oh, you do, yes.
I would like you to have the use of these notes of mine here. I have them in my briefcase. Many hundreds of pages. You see, language is my speciality, and I have noted down specimens of all the different dialects to be found here.
I see.
I would like you to have them here.
Well, I'm very indebted to you, Professor.
Professor Saint-Pierre. Here is my card.
Thank you. I'll return your notes when I finish with them. And now I hate to seem rude.
Of course, I understand. You are anxious to get on with your work. What is that noise? It seems to be coming from overhead.
Sounds like someone on the roof. Making repairs, I guess.
It seems strange to be making repairs at night. Are you sure it is?
Yes, it's nothing to worry about, old man. Now, good night, Professor Saint-Pierre. You really must excuse me.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
There is just one more thing. I hesitate to mention it. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
The professor jumped out of the way just in time. The body of a man half fell, half jumped into the room, landing crumpled at our feet. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Who is this man?
It's one of the workmen around the place. I'm afraid he's been hurt.
Yes, there is blood on his head.
I think we should get a doctor. I wonder if you could...
Yes, a doctor, of course. I will go right away.
That's very, very good. I'll do what I can for him in the meantime.
I will
Thanks very
return
much,
quickly.
old man. Good. Now, Get up, you fool. You're not hurt. Raoul, you hear me?
Wait
when I ran, they shot it.
Are you hit?
No, but
Just
my
a
head...
cut from the glass. We'll fix it, lady. You live, not that you deserve to. Fifi! Fifi, viens ici.
Que voulez-vous, monsieur?
Come up here.
Oui, chérie.
Raoul's in here. Had a little accident.
But how did he? Ah, the skylight. You will pay for the glass.
Yes, I'll pay for the glass.
He's dead?
No, he's not dead, only resting. Now, here's what I want you to do for me. You know that little man who just left here?
Oui, the little one.
Yes, he's coming back in a few minutes, and you are not to let him in here. Do you understand?
Oui, monsieur, I understand.
Good.
If he tries to come up again, I will crack a bottle over his head.
Fifi, I adore you. All right, Raoul, now tell me what this is all about. Did anyone follow you?
Yes, but I lost them 6 blocks away. I was afraid of the street, so I took to the roofs. I had to hide somewhere, so I came here.
You picked a fine time. What happened? Did you get into another fight? I told you, old man, any more brawling, and our deal is off.
This time it was no fight. Barras knows about us.
Barras? Commissar of police. How could he know? Talk, you fool. Talk!
Please, monsieur, do not shake me, my head.
You'll be worse off if you don't tell me. How do you know Barras knows? Are you sure?
Oui, monsieur. I passed 45,000 franc notes myself. We have so many. Oh, no, please. It's that little Marianne. She kept wanting me to buy her.
Idiot, I gave you orders that none of that money was to be used in France.
But for a man to carry that much money around and not to be able to use just a little, I never thought. And today the shopkeeper turned in an alarm, and before I knew it, I am being chased.
Listen, old man, another stunt like this, and the police won't have to chase you. Now get out. I'll call you when I want you. Go over and wash the blood off. Barras, the only man I really was scared of in the whole city of Bordeaux. Barras, the young, dynamic commissar of police. He had a reputation for tenacity and integrity, which made jobs like mine very far from easy. You see, I was in competition with the French government. We were both printing money. I was selling my currency to sailors and traders on the way to French West Africa, where chances of detection were much less. In a few days, I had an appointment with a trader on his way down there, which promised to be my biggest deal. But how much did this man Barras know? I had to find out. I made some inquiries. I can't understand how a girl like you can be satisfied to be just a maid. Why, with your looks and intelligence and personality, you should be on the stage.
On the stage?
On the stage.
No, I will tell you one thing, Harry. If I were on the stage, I would be better than she ever was. I never saw her, but to hear her talk sometimes, you would think she was greater than Yvonne Printemps.
Who's this?
Her, my mistress, of course. Madame Sophie Barras.
Is she an actress?
Well, she was before she married Monsieur Barras. She went by the name of Sophie Avant. But if you ask
How long have you worked for Madame Barras?
Only since she was married 2 months ago.
Only 2 months ago. Then she's still a bride.
Well, not a very happy one. Sometimes I do feel sorry for her. It is terrible.
Well, Pauline, what's terrible? Does he beat her?
No, he does nothing.
Oh.
All the time, it is work, work, work. That is what she said to him last night. I heard them as I was clearing the table.
That's all I ever hear.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling.
We never go anywhere together. Half the time, we do not even dine together. Is this the way you treat your bride? Sometimes I'm not even sure that you love me.
Ah, no, Sophie, this is not fair. Would I have married you if I did not love you?
You see, you are raising your voice to me already.
But I am only trying to tell you that I must have loved you or I would not...
Aha, you speak in the past. This means you no longer love me in the present.
Oh, but I do, my little one. Come here.
Georges.
Now, do you believe me?
Mais oui, Georges. Georges?
Yes, my sweet.
Perhaps we could go somewhere this evening. Somewhere with music and just a few people, and then walk home slowly together, just as we used to walk last spring in Paris.
Oh, I wish we could, but I have to go over some reports.
Now you make me angry.
Oh.
You think you can set my mind at ease with only one kiss? A kiss that does not take up more than a few seconds of your official time.
No, Sophie, you've got to try to understand. There are some things which I cannot entrust to anyone else, and this is one of them. A vicious ring of counterfeiters has evidently descended on Bordeaux. We almost caught him in today, but he disappeared down near the waterfront. But next time we will not fail. Meantime, I must try to trace the bills to their source.
This is all very well, but it seems to me that you are more concerned with your work than you are with your poor wife.
Oh, you refuse to understand.
You also refuse to understand. You even refuse to tell the truth. You say you love me and you want to be with me, and then you...
Oh, I don't want to hear anymore. I'm going to the office.
Oh, Georges.
Harry. I hope you never treat me like this.
Don't worry about that, Shorty.
You do not find this a depressing marriage?
No, I can't say that I do. In fact, I find it quite inspiring. You have a good ear, Pauline, old girl. I can almost hear them talking.
Well, listening is the only thing that makes it interesting to be a maid.
You know, you're a very bright girl, even brighter than I thought. Supposing I put you and your packages into a cab from here. Taxi!
Oh, but maids do not ride in cabs.
Oh, they do when they have money. Here, close your warm little hand around this.
Oh, Harry, so much.
Not as much as you deserve. Au revoir, my dear. Keep those pink little ears open, and tomorrow, if you have some information for me, I'll give each one of those pink little ears a little kiss.
Oh, Harry.
Orson Welles returns in just a moment as the third man. And now, Orson Welles, as the third man, continues with The Blue Bride.
Back at Le Trois, Fifi told me that a gentleman was waiting in the back room. This proved to be the venerable blackguard who went by the aristocratic name of Captain Dominique de Chateaubriand. The captain was engaged in trade with the natives of French West Africa. It was on him that I hoped to unload a large amount of my counterfeit stock.
Ah, Monsieur Lime. Enchanté de vous revoir.
Enchanté. What can I do for you, Captain?
As you know, I am dealing with some natives in the interior. Some missionaries have told them the value of their merchandise, which I used to buy for next to nothing. Now they want cash in return for their goods and ivory. If your money is as good as I hear it is, they will be quite happy with it. Until they try to spend it, of course. But by that time, I will be well out of the way.
Clever man.
You agree with me, Monsieur Lime?
Entirely. I shall be happy to be of service.
Bon. What is your denomination?
Well, that sounds like a personal question.
I mean, how large are the counterfeit bills?
5,000 franc notes.
May I see one, please?
Sure. I have one here.
Ooh, very good. Good enough for the purpose, anyway.
How many will you need?
I will need at least 50,000 of these notes.
Oh, that's a lot of money, Captain. It's more than I have with me, in fact, but I can get the rest from my source in Paris if you can wait a week or so.
Yes, I can wait. If you will guarantee to have it here within a week, and at a regular rate.
Agreed.
Très bien, monsieur. Au revoir, monsieur.
Au revoir, Captain. With this big deal in the offing, it became necessary to throw Barras off the trail for at least a week or so. So the next morning, I found out from my little friend Pauline that Madame Barras spent most of her lonely afternoons sitting by herself in a small cafe known as La Vert Rouge. That afternoon, I happened to be sitting in La Vert Rouge when she arrived. So I went over to a table and tipped my hat. Pardon, but are you not Madame Sophie Avant of the stage?
Why, yes, monsieur, I am. But how did you know my name?
I've often admired your work. Yes. But alas, I never had the courage to come backstage and meet you, much as I wanted to.
Well, this is marvelous. To find someone who actually remembers my name and face.
Well, it's not a face to forget easily, Mademoiselle Avant.
I am Madame now, Monsieur Madame Barras.
I beg your pardon, I did not know.
Oh, that's quite all right. Won't you sit down?
Well, just a minute, yes, if I'm not intruding.
Now, tell me, what shows did you see me in?
First, let me ask you a question, if you'll forgive me. What are you doing in Bordeaux? You, whom I always imagine surrounded by the bright lights and all the gaiety of Paris.
I came here with my husband. This is his home.
Oh, I see.
He is a commissaire of police of Bordeaux.
You don't say. Must be a very interesting job.
For him it is interesting. For me it is dull.
Oh, I don't quite follow.
I have no right to talk this way to a stranger.
Well, don't forget that I am a stranger who has known you I've been interested in you for a long, long time.
Oh, it is not fair to burden you with my troubles, but today I am, how you say, blue.
Oh, a blue bride, eh? Well, if I can help in any way.
Oh, monsieur, I'm so unhappy. I do not know what to do or where to turn.
Are you sure your husband loves you, madame?
Oh, yes, I'm sure of that. And I know I love him, but unless something is done right away, the marriage will not last.
Does it mean enough to you to try to save it?
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, you're young and beautiful. You should be able to lure any man away from his duty.
But my husband is not any man, monsieur.
Nonsense, nonsense. All you lack is confidence. You need to feel more sure of yourself. And believe me, madame, you have every right to.
But what can I do?
It seems to me that the only hope for both of you is to get away from Bordeaux for a while. Away from everything that reminds him of his work. Surely he has competent assistants to whom he could turn things over for at least a week or so.
I don't see how I can get him to come away. We have even had to postpone our honeymoon last spring because he was so busy.
Well, then there's your answer. A honeymoon trip. And the sooner the better.
But I know he won't leave his work, especially right now.
He will if you force the issue once and for all. And if his marriage means anything to him.
What do you mean, force the issue?
I mean, suppose you packed your bags. We're ready to leave, with or without him. Tell him if there's no honeymoon, you're on your way back to Paris for good. In a day or so, you and your husband will be enjoying a nice little cruise somewhere, believe me.
That sounds wonderful. How I wish it could come true.
Well, it can come true, if only you won't lose your courage.
But I don't really want to leave him, even if he will not do what I want.
But you've got to make him believe that you would actually leave.
Do you think I can?
My dear Sophie Evel, you are an actress, are you not?
Of course I am.
Of course you
I'll
are.
do it. I'll do it this very evening. Oh, monsieur, I can't tell you how grateful I am to you.
No, please.
And now I must go home and make preparations.
Look out, it started to rain again. Do you have an umbrella?
Oh, no, I ran out of the house without one.
Here, take mine.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
I insist.
Oh, thank you, monsieur. You are a true friend. Au revoir.
Au revoir, madame. And I wish you both much happiness. My plans were going well. The next morning, Pauline told me that Monsieur and Madame Barras had suddenly decided to take a little trip. They were leaving the next day for a week or so. Believe me, I breathed a sigh of relief. The day after their scheduled departure on their overdue honeymoon, I got a wire from Paris. I was to pick up a shipment of money from a carrier who'd arrive shortly at the airport. So I met the carrier, picked up the suitcase full of phony 5,000-franc notes, and hailed a cab. Sailed past. I tried another, no luck. I started to walk back toward the city. I didn't know at the time that in a black police limousine not far away, a conversation something like this was going on.
Oh, Georges, I'm so happy. Soon we'll really be alone together.
I must confess, I am not sorry you forced me into this position. I am happy myself. This little vacation will be so good for us both.
Oh, there he is.
There, who is?
It is he, the kind gentleman from the cafe. I don't even know his name, but we owe everything to him.
But I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, please, George, let's stop. I must speak to him for just a moment.
You mean the man with the suitcase?
Yes, yes.
But he's going in the other
Oh,
direction.
it will only take a minute. We have time. Oh, please, George, it means so much to me. Have the driver turn around and follow him.
Oh, I don't know what feminine madness this is, but today I can refuse you nothing.
Oh, it's not madness. I just want to say a few words with him and return a piece of his property. Pauline put it among your things by mistake.
All right, all right. Duclos, turn around and follow the man with the suitcase.
Call him. Call him. Maybe he'll stop.
Hey, you with the suitcase, stop.
Oh, he's only walking faster. Oh, can't we get through this traffic somehow?
The sooner the better. Duclos, turn on the siren.
When I heard the voice shouting at me to stop, I could only think of getting away, naturally. And then when I heard the siren, that was the end. I turned a corner quickly and started to run. After all, when one is carrying a fortune in counterfeit bills in a police car with a siren is close behind, I cut across a little park. To get to the other side in time, I might be able to throw them off. But just then, I ran smack into a little man in a white suit. The heavy bag I was carrying threw me off balance for a minute, long enough for him to grab me by the lapels. With a broad smile, I saw to my dismay that it was the ever-helpful Professor Saint-Pierre.
Ah, Dr. Lime, how fortunate that I should run into you.
Yes,
Although
yes.
it was really you who ran into me, huh? That is a joke.
Yes, a very funny joke. I'm in a hurry. I'm awfully
But
sorry.
I want to ask you about that poor workman who fell through the roof the other night. How is he?
It's
What about
fine.
his family? If I could be of any
Thank you.
financial help to them, or
No,
if there is anything I can do for you.
You can get out of my way.
Dr. Lime, I am surprised at you. I know you are a busy man, but
I pushed him roughly out of my way and ran on. But valuable seconds had been lost. I reached the other side of the parking. I called, "Taxi! Taxi!" A long black car rounded the corner. I recognized it in time and started to run again. I ran up the steps of a large building. I realized it was the public library and decided to seek refuge there, but the weight I was carrying made me trip on one of the stone steps, and I lost my balance, and the suitcase went flying, skinned my knee, and my palms of my hands were all bruised. An old man insisted on helping me to my feet, fussing over me. The suitcase had rolled down the steps. The old man chased it. I couldn't wait. The only thing in my mind at the moment was escape. I have an aversion to French jails. I ran up to the big brass doors at the top of the steps. Just as I reached the entrance, a uniformed guard was stretching a metal grill work across it. He was most polite.
Sorry, monsieur, but library hours are over for today. You will have to wait until tomorrow.
I ran down the steps again. In a cold sweat, I hurried into the street, heard the shriek of brakes, and I'd been narrowly missed by a truck. I hurried on, ran smack into the arms of a traffic policeman. The gendarme held my arm firmly and stopped the truck to bawl out the driver.
What's the matter with you? Didn't you see this man? You almost killed him.
But officer,
His signals were against you, not against him. You're a menace to pedestrians. This poor man here. Let me see your
Please,
license.
officer, it's quite all right.
Begging your pardon, monsieur, but I am here to protect your rights.
very
These
kind of
fellows
you.
must be taught a lesson.
So I was forced to stand there with a policeman in the middle of the busy street while he upbraided the driver. The siren grew closer and closer. When the gendarme finally released me and I reached the other side of the street, another whistle blew.
Hey, hold that man. Monsieur Barras.
In a flash, I felt the gendarme's hand on my arm again, and we were standing beside the big black police car.
Well, sir, you give us a merry chase. What was all the hurry?
Why did you run away, monsieur?
You?
Yes, it is I whom you advised in the cafe, you remember?
Oh.
I saw you from the car and I wanted to say thank you and give you this, your umbrella.
My umbrella?
Yes, you lent it to me that day.
Oh.
Now perhaps you will explain your anxiety to avoid us,
Well, this is very embarrassing, really, especially since this is a police car. You see, it was the siren. I have a phobia about sirens. Ever since I was a child and had to run from a burning house, I've had this same unreasoning fear. No matter how much I analyze it, it's something I just can't control. I have to run. Yes, I feel like a fool, but that's the way it is. Every time there's a fire in the neighborhood, I have one of these same running fits. All sirens sound alike to me, you see.
I see.
How unfortunate.
What is this? What happens here?
Professor St. Pierre.
I saw you from the other side of the street, and I came over to see what was the matter.
Very
Bonjour,
kind of you.
Commissaire Barras.
Bonjour, Saint-Pierre. Do you know these men?
Indeed, I do. This is Dr. Lime, the scholar who is here in Bordeaux doing research for a book.
Oh, yes, that's right, yes.
An eccentric scholar.
Yes, eccentric
All
scholar.
scholars
Yes,
are
yes.
eccentric.
Well, perhaps you are right.
This was a stroke of luck. For once, the helpful professor really helped. He continued to talk to Barras about me until the policeman's suspicions abated. I was finally able to say my goodbyes and start walking away from the group when Sophie Barras called after me.
Monsieur, you had a suitcase.
I must have dropped it.
Oh, well, wait. We will help you to find it.
No, don't bother. I'll get it.
Harry Lime returns in just a moment. And now, Harry Lime.
By this time, I was running again. I glanced back over my shoulder just in time to see the old man gesticulating excitedly over the suitcase and holding up a fat packet of franc notes. I can imagine that Barras' fury when he realized that he let the prize slip through his fingers was equaled only by Sophie's when she realized the identity of her friendly family counselor. I wonder whether she ever got her honeymoon. I heard the siren again in a few seconds, but this time I made good my head start.
And as the sun sank over the sea, I bade farewell to beautiful Bordeaux, to my beautiful little waterfront business, and to the beautiful Blue Bride.
Presenting Orson Welles as the third man. The Lives of Harry Lime. The fabulous stories of the immortal character originally created in the motion picture The Third Man, with zither music by Anton Kara.
That was the shot that killed Harry Lime. He died in a sewer beneath Vienna, as those of you know who saw the movie The Third Man. Yes, that was the end of Harry Lime. But it was not the beginning. No. He had many lives, and I can tell you about all of them. How do I know? Because my name is Harry Lime. A fellow I knew once told me I was a poet, but he was so wrong. Poets are always singing about daffodils and brooks and skylarks and the women they're faithful to in their fashion, a sort of merry widow waltz. If I sang at all, would sing about money and the women I've known, but in an offbeat rhythm, money and women. Somehow they go together, neither as much use without the other. At least that's the stuff that Harry Lime sings about. Those are the themes to which he dances in life's ballet, sometimes pleasant, occasionally a little painful. Like that time in Tehran.
And now, Orson Welles as Harry Lime, the third man. In every frame has a silver lining.
It was in Tehran. That was some years ago. I'd just come there, and I was pretty sure that in a country with all that oil and all that intrigue, with so many people playing the game of empire building and empire busting, I could promote something that suited my special talents. I was walking along the street when I heard some shouting. A small, frightened man, out of breath and frantic, came wheeling around the corner and piled into me head on. Hey there! Where's the fire?
Out of my way.
Hey, not so fast. Pappas, don't you recognize me?
Harry Lime.
Right. Who's after you, the devil?
The police are chasing me. Here, take this.
Okay, what is it?
$50,000 worth of opium.
What's that?
Opium. $50,000 worth. Take it.
What am I going to do with it?
Then if they catch me, they'll have to let me go. Tonight at 7:30, bring it to the Grand Hotel. My principals will be there, and we'll cut you in.
Okay, I'm with you. Beat it now. Duck down this alley.
Thank you, Harry. Tonight at 7:30.
Tonight at 7:30. You, just a minute. You're the police, aren't you?
Yes.
Are you chasing the little man who ran around the corner here, the one in the dirty white suit?
Yes. You saw him?
He went down that alley.
Come, down the alley.
I waited until the police disappeared, and then I did some running on my own account to my hotel. I repacked my bag, making certain to conceal among my handkerchiefs and shirts the package my friend Pappas had been so kind as to give me. Then... Hello, desk. Mr. Lime in room 1123. I want a reservation of the 2 o'clock plane for Paris. Yes, I know I just arrived, but I'm leaving now. I was now the sole owner of $50,000 worth of opium. In Paris, I could protect myself to some extent because of connections. And the other problem I had was how to smuggle it into America, where I knew I'd be able to get the best price for it. In Paris, I set about to find some likely tourist into whose luggage I'd be able to put my package. It took me 3 days to find my American. Very lovely-looking American, outside a cafe. A lovely, fresh, unspoiled girl sat watching the Parisian scene. Some men would merely have looked at her hungrily until the cafe closed. Not Harry Lime. Hello?
Do I know you?
My name is Harry Lime.
I don't know you.
Right. I just introduced myself.
Perhaps I should warn you that I'm waiting for my parents.
Oh, good. Fine. I'd very much like to meet your parents.
You are rude, aren't you?
You don't really believe that. You know, a man can see a girl and know that this is the girl. One they've always felt must be somewhere on earth, the one they've never met and always wanted to meet. But he doesn't speak, and she goes away, and he never sees her again. So is it rudeness if he speaks to her? Is it wisdom?
You're very bold.
Well, I hope I'm also convincing. I very much want to be. Can I sit down?
Well, since my parents are coming.
Thank you. It's better. Now, maybe I ought to know your name.
Helen Bow.
How do you do? American?
Of course.
I'm from New York, but you're not.
How can you tell?
Because you're unself-conscious, because you're direct and simple in the best sense of that word. You're not from a large city, but you're not a farm girl either. You're from a small city. Probably the Midwest, right?
I'm from Youngstown.
See?
You're very clever.
No. I'm interested, that's all. So interested that I can't be satisfied with anything less than a close and complete study of you.
Oh, you make me sound like a picture in the Louvre.
You're much too natural for that. I hope you're going to be in Paris for a while.
Well, we're leaving in about a week, I think.
Doesn't give you much time. Tell me, are your parents due here any minute?
No. I'm supposed to meet them here in an hour, but I didn't know where else to go.
Good. We have an hour then. At least an hour.
For what?
For me to show you Paris. Come on.
Oh, well, really?
Let's make it more than an hour. Let's leave a note for them. We can meet them later at your hotel, and I'll take you all to dinner.
Goodness, you're so sudden, so abrupt.
I haven't much time with you, you know. Only a week. Gaston? the garden of the Tuileries, though I was tempted to see whether I could wean this girl away from her parents for the whole evening. I for once acted the perfect gentleman. Refinement is one of my many skills, boring but useful in my trade. This girl and her Midwestern parents were perfect to smuggle the opium into the U.S. for me, so I questioned her with real interest about herself and her family.
My brother Jack was killed in the war. We came over here to see his grave.
I was very solicitous. I knew that Americans are always happy to meet compatriots abroad, all Americans but I, that is, and this time even I was delighted. I took her back to a hotel, met her parents, took them all to dinner.
Yes, sir, Mr. Lime. I tell you, there's no place like Youngstown. Isn't that right, Mother?
It's a nice town. I mean, it's nice.
And you, Helen? You like your hometown, too?
Why,
Of course she does. Why shouldn't she? She was born there.
Oh, Daddy, that's no reason for liking a place. I do like it, though.
Helen's had some of the nicest times back home, Mr. Lime. I mean, she's really enjoyed herself with the young folks and all, I mean.
Hey, I'm getting jealous.
You come to Youngstown, Mr. Lime. We'll show you what living can be.
I mean, among real folks, Mr. Lime.
They were perfect for my gag. Real homespun boobs who wouldn't suspect I'd planned anything in their luggage and would not be suspected by customs officials. I knew after 5 minutes that I had the answer to my problem. After dinner, they took me back to the hotel suite, and here in a city full of the greatest art treasures in the world, I was made to exclaim over the family photograph albums that they'd brought from Youngstown.
This picture was taken at the picnic grove, Mr. Lime. See Dad in his white flannel, see?
Yep. Wore my ice cream pants that day.
Oh, this picture doesn't do justice to Helen.
Oh, you're making fun of her.
No, I'm not making fun at all.
Easy to see which member of the family this young feller's interested in. Eh, Mother?
Now you're embarrassing me.
Oh, personally, I think it would be impossible to embarrass you, Mr. Lime.
Call me Harry, won't you, Helen?
That's an example of what I mean.
Oh, Mr. Lime, here's a picture of our poor dead boy.
Jack.
Oh. Say, he's a fine-looking boy. It's a wonderful picture. Why haven't you had it framed?
It would look nice in a frame, wouldn't it?
I sure would. Say, maybe I could get one for you.
Oh, no.
Why not? I know where I can get a beauty, and over here things don't cost like they do in the States. Still, we don't have to settle that now, do we? Right now, all I'd like to do is to have you all agree to be my guests on a tour of the city tomorrow.
I'd like that first rate.
And one other thing, with your permission and with Helen's consent, of course, I'd like to take Helen to the Folie Bergère right now.
Well, that's up to Helen.
Oh, I'd like it very much.
Oh, that's great. Let's go. In 2 or 3 days, I was in solid with the family, and so the day before they were to leave for Cherbourg, take the boat for New York, I felt I could move in with my presents. It was a silver frame, good-sized one, a thick one, a hollow one for the boy's picture. In my room, I opened the little package I'd received from Pappas and concealed its contents in the hollow of the frame. Then I visited the Bolt family in their suite.
Well, this is a wonderful present, Lime.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh, thank you, Harry. It's such a beautiful frame.
You've done this so we can have Jack's picture on the piano back home. I mean, it's the nicest thing that's happened on the whole trip.
Oh, believe me, it's my pleasure.
Oh, see how the picture fits. Isn't it nice?
Wonderful. Jim Dandy.
Oh.
Now, what time do you leave for Cherbourg?
Bright and early tomorrow morning.
I've been thinking I'd like to go with you, if I may.
Oh, no.
See you all.
No, there's no need.
Oh, you'll be seeing us in Youngstown when you come back to America, Harry.
Of course. We don't want to put you out. You'd rather stay in Paris.
Oh, but my dear people, I'd rather not stay in Paris. I'd rather be with you. I want to wave goodbye to you as you sail.
Well, it's very nice of you, Harry, but I...
Oh, no, I insist.
Well...
Oh, Mother, I think if he insists, well, that is a compliment to us. If Harry insists...
And I do.
Then we've got to let him come. Don't you see that? Don't you agree, Father?
Well, I guess I do. Okay, young feller.
Gee, thanks.
Orson Welles returns in just a moment as the third man. And now Orson Welles, as the third man, continues with Every Frame Has a Silver Lining.
I wanted to go to Cherbourg. Do I have to tell you? Because I never believed in leaving anything to chance. I had to know which suitcase the picture with the silver frame got packed in. I was determined to put them on the boat. So I went to Cherbourg the night before they were to sail. I walked with Helen down by the wharves.
It's so still tonight.
The night is holding its breath for us, Helen.
Our last night.
Yes. The last night is sad, of course, but there is something beautiful about it, too, isn't there?
There's always something beautiful about sadness.
Yes, I know. And Helen, I'd like to make believe tonight. I'd like to pretend that this is the end.
That we're never going to see each other again? Could be.
Oh, I don't mean it, but even though I'd soon come to you in Youngstown, even though we might soon be married, I want to say goodbye to you tonight, the way a man says goodbye to a girl he loves and will never see again.
Oh, I know how you feel. I feel that way, too. Harry, darling.
Helen. Look at me, Helen.
Yes. Oh, kiss me, Harry. Kiss me.
I delivered her fine into the hands of her parents, and before we had a nightcap together, I helped them pack, helped them put the frame I'd bought them and the opium they didn't know about to a certain suitcase. Tomorrow I'd put them on the boat, then I'd take the plane to America, and before they arrived, I'd have certain friends of mine ready to hijack that suitcase as soon as they got it through the customs. Everything was working for the best, and the best of all possible worlds. I slept well. The next morning, quite early, I went to their room in the hotel.
Monsieur, you must not make so much noise.
Well, I'm trying to rouse my friends.
But, monsieur, that room is vacant.
Nonsense. The Bolts are staying here.
No, monsieur. They have left at 2 o'clock this morning. See? I show you.
Vacant.
Oui, they are gone.
I stood there in the doorway looking into the room vacated by my erstwhile friends. And in my mind's ear, I heard the voice of Pappas.
My principals will meet you tonight in the Grand Hotel.
They met me, all right. They met me, Pappas's principals, and took me. Perhaps Pappas, who knew me well, had told them that I liked a pretty face. Now they were gone, and so was my opium. And so was my $50,000. I advanced into that room.
But, monsieur, you have no right in here.
Yeah, does this give me the right?
Oh, thank you, monsieur, thank you. Can I help you in any way, monsieur?
Yeah, I'm looking for something.
Oui, and for what?
I don't know. Clues.
Here is this picture on the floor, monsieur.
Ah, Brother Jack. Now, if they'd only left the frame around that picture.
Monsieur?
Never mind. Hey, what's this?
What?
On the desk blotter there, someone was writing on a paper over this blotter, and he bore down hard. Let's see. See if we can make it out. 23
Rue de...
Pêcheur. 23 Rue de Pêcheur. Oh, say, I'm off.
Mais, monsieur! Ah, ces Américains!
The Rue de Pêcheur in Marseille is a short and quiet street, quiet to the point of being suspicious. The street with more vacant lots than dilapidated frame houses in need of paint. Number 23 was there. A house with street windows, a house seemingly deserted. No one was watching, so I mounted the steps of the porch with my automatic in my hand.
Harry Lime.
Hello, Pappas. This gun has real bullets in it. I'm coming in.
Come in, yes, come in.
Okay. Where are they?
Who?
People you're holding prisoner. Pappas, I've come to take them out. Where's that girl?
But
Where are they?
in that room.
Okay, lead on, McPappas. Open the door.
Harry!
Hello, darling. Hello, Mother and Father.
Now, wait a minute. We'll make a deal with you.
Over to the corner, Pappas.
We always intended to cut you in.
Oh, that's a silly thing to say. Grace, he knows better.
Grace, huh? Not Mother. I'm relieved.
Lime, listen to me.
And there's the opium right on the table, still in the frame. Well, thank you, one and all.
Oh, now, wait a minute. There's a man coming to pick up that opium and give us the money for it. He's due here any minute. When you knocked, we thought he'd come.
He's paying American prices, Lime.
Yes, and we'll cut you in. We always intended to.
What do you say, Lime?
It's a good deal for you, Harry.
Yeah, sounds like a good deal.
Ah.
For me.
What do you mean?
Open the door of that next room, Helen. That's fine. I think it'd be nice to tie you people up in here.
Oh, no, you don't realize.
Lime, you're not serious.
Oh, Harry, please.
It's no use to argue with Harry. I know him. He's not an honest man.
Come on, all of you, in here. All right, now all of you set to work tearing down these drapes. Come on, hop to it. Helen,
Well,
you're going to tie them up.
and then you'll tie me up?
How'd you like to come with me?
Do you mean it?
I mean it. We could be an excellent team. Nobody more innocent looking than you, and nobody more full of excellent ideas for making use of your innocent appearance than I. What do you say?
All right, Harry, it's a deal.
Oh, it's a dirty double cross.
Picked you up off of the street of really.
Shut up! Shut up! All right, Helen, tie him up. Gag him.
All right, darling. Glad to.
She tied them well, and afterwards she and I went into the other room and waited for the messenger with the money.
Oh, it's going to be a merry life.
Oh, it is that. You know, it's a relief, Helen.
What is?
Discovering that you're not a little maiden from Youngstown. I can like you just as much this way, more, but it's fine not pretending.
Oh, you pretended well.
Not half so well as you.
Do you love me, Harry?
Now, there you are. A woman can have all the wickedness and all the terrible, precocious knowledge of a street urchin, and still she remains a woman. Do I love you? Yes, Helen, I love you.
I'm glad.
I have a soft spot, you see. I could have left you in that room with the others. I could have taken all the money for myself, but I love you.
Oh, I'm glad you have that soft spot. And I am a woman, really. Well, there's the messenger.
Come on. Oh, no, wait a minute. My automatic. Never can tell when you're dealing with crooks. All right, let's go. I'll cover the door with a gun. You open it.
Nous sommes gendarmes.
Oh, police.
Put down that gun, monsieur. Take it from him, Jacques.
Now, gentlemen, wait now.
There will be no waiting, monsieur. We know you have opium here. We've been watching the house. We have also got the man who was here with the money.
Oh, Harry, what can we do?
Now, there, gentlemen, there is a clever girl.
What do you mean, Harry?
Do you hear her? She's making it sound as though I was one of them.
Harry!
What are you saying, monsieur?
Well, you saw me with the gun trained on her. I made her open the door, and I was going to take the messenger. Did not realize, of course, that you, the so efficient policeman, had already taken him. I made this girl confess to me where the opium was hidden.
He's lying. He lured me here. He's been making love to me.
I want the truth, mademoiselle.
You won't get it from her, gentlemen.
You said you loved me. You said we were to be married.
Gentlemen, this is a most wicked liar. In the back room, you will find the rest of her gang, tied up as I tied them myself. You can easily trace this girl to these people. She's gone everywhere on the continent with them, pretending to be the daughter of the two of them. Is that a lie, young lady?
You...
Monsieur, if your story is true, France will be most great.
No, it's quite all right. That's quite all right. You'll find the gang back there.
Jacques, you stay here with these people. I myself will go and see.
Oh, by the way, Captain.
Yes?
Just in case you're wondering about my angle in this, I believe your so gracious country offers a reward in cases like this.
That is true.
I do hope you'll be able to put it through for me quite speedily, Captain. I really shouldn't stay in Marseille much longer.
I will do my best, monsieur.
Thank you very much.
Dirty, dirty swine, Harry.
Oh, now, easy does it, darling. I'm a realist. You know, my sweet, though you are so beautiful, I'm afraid I cannot undertake to wait for you to get out of whatever Bastille is about to embrace you. After all, there's a time for everything. There's a time for seeing Paris. There's a time for making love, a time for sentiment. There's time for you. In about 10 years, I should think. So long, dear.
Harry Lime returns in just a moment. And now, Harry Lime.
By the way, there's a postscript to that story. I told you once before I don't approve of dope, and you may have thought from this little adventure that I'd gone against my principles. Really, you should know me better by now. Harry Lime may be a trifle underweight on some of the virtues, but touch upon his principles, and I warn you, watch out. The police, of course, got the dope. But even if they hadn't arrived at that rather dramatic moment, I'll let you in on a secret. I'd already come to a decision. I was going to claim that police reward anyway. Of course, I may have been influenced by reading about the size of the reward and also by the size of the risk. You know, the way things are going, it may pay to be honest, which all goes to prove that even Harry Lime may not be incorruptible, if you see what I mean.
Presenting Orson Welles as the Third Man. The Lives of Harry Lime. The fabulous stories of the immortal character, originally created in the motion picture The Third Man, with zither music by Anton Karas.
That was the shot that killed Harry Lime. He died in a sewer beneath Vienna.
As those of you know who saw the movie The Third Man. Yes, that was the end of Harry Lime. But it was not the beginning. Harry Lime had many lives. And I can recount all of them. How do I know? It's very simple. Because my name is Harry Lime. Me, I don't approve of gambling. At least not the legitimate kind. It's not so much the gambling I dislike, it's the losing I detest. Of course, all business entails a certain amount of risk. That's why insurance companies grow rich. I believe in insurance. That's why when I have to gamble, I always like to ensure that I'm on a sure thing. Some people have been rude enough to call this cheating, but they were prejudiced by being on the losing side. Like that time in Mexico City when I brought off what I like to call my Mexican hat trick.
And now Orson Welles as Harry Lime, the third man in Mexican Hat Trick.
There is no human affliction worse than poverty. In Mexico City, I realized again that it's more painful when the disease occurs in the midst of plenty. Somehow, there'd always been enough to buy a drink for some poor, unsuspecting tourista. You know the kind, too much money in his pocket, too much trust in his heart for a fellow American, a meal ticket for Harry Lime. But now, nothing. Harry Lime, soldier of many fortunes, good and bad, was down to his last borrowed cigarette, sitting in a crummy dive in a fourth-rate district of the city, checking a mental roster of friends, contacts, and local suckers.
Senor Harry.
Oh, hello, Diego. Just thinking about you, Diego. Sit down, old man.
Bueno.
What's your standard rate for 6 fast lessons in pocket picking?
Mi amigo, I trade you favor for favor. You know my friend Bolo Minoso?
Bolo, of course, king of the Mexico City dips. How's he doing?
He died this morning, Harry.
Oh, it's too bad, Diego. Anything I can do?
See, before he died, Bolo asked me to help him remove a great stain from his immortal soul.
You don't say.
He was afraid that when he entered the next world...
Look, Diego, you've come to the wrong man. I'm having troubles enough with this world.
Bolo gave me this note, Harry. He asked me to take it for him to the police.
Well, go to it, old man.
But the police... Could you not deliver this note for me?
To the
Yes?
police?
Yes.
Diego, remember, Bolo has entrusted it to you. Be a man. Face the issue. Straighten up. Shoulders back. Chest out, old man.
I do not jest, amigo. You could remove Bolo's stains more simply. I'm afraid
all right. Let me see this note.
See.
I don't know why you should be so worried about... It's...
Okay.
Huh? Oh, well, Diego, you've done a favor or two for me.
Yes.
I guess I'll take care of Bolo's note for you.
Amigo.
Sure.
Gracias, amigo, gracias. You will take it to the police, eh?
Don't worry about a thing, old man. No, I'll take care of the note. When I managed to get rid of the grateful Diego, I sat down and studied this little note more carefully. 17 years ago, the note explained, in the little Mexican town of Leon, Bolo Minoso had killed a man. This note was his confession, a complete account of how he'd permitted an innocent man, somebody named Vicente Coelho, to be accused of this murder. It explained that Bolo had hidden signed affidavits proving Coelho's innocence somewhere in Leon. Just where in Leon, he neglected to say. The police would be interested in this confession, of course, but then it seemed to me that the Coelho family might have a greater concern. So I decided to investigate the financial aspects of the family interest.
Buenos días, señor.
Buenos días, señora. ¿Es esto usted, señora Coelho?
Sí. This is my daughter, Alicia, señor.
Muy encantado. I'm delighted. Senora, this document concerns your husband.
My husband?
Vicente Coelho. He was your husband.
Yes. Yes, but Vicente is dead. Bendito sea su
Senora,
nombre.
how long has it been since his death, I mean?
We do not know. Not for certain.
It has been a long time.
Yes, well, you needn't be delicate on my account, Senora. I know.
No?
Senora, I know that your father was accused of murdering a man in Leon 17 years ago.
He did not. Vicente would not hurt
I know,
anyone. He was not a criminal.
The police didn't share that view. When he escaped from prison before his trial, it seemed to cinch the case against him, right?
Okay.
It made the authorities even more certain of his guilt.
But he had to escape. There was no hope without the papers.
Yes, I know.
You seem to know so much, Mr. Lime.
I know what you know, Senorita. Those papers were the evidence that could have saved your father, and they were stolen.
This does not help us.
We have searched for 17 years for some kind of evidence that would have cleared the name of my husband. We have spent thousands of pesos.
What if you found that evidence now, Senora?
Oh, por Dios. If we only could.
Senorita, those papers, they were affidavits proving absolutely that your husband was nowhere near the scene of the crime when it occurred.
They were? How do you know this?
I have the word of the man who stole them.
You have? Alicia, he knows.
Where is this man, Mr. Lime? We must see him immediately.
I'm afraid it's too late for that. He's dead, you see.
Dead? Then it has been for nothing.
Why do you come to us now?
Oh, there's always hope, Senorita. I have his confession that he was the murderer. I can prove your father's innocent.
You can? Mama, you hear?
Si. I knew that someday. Madre de Dios. Gracias.
We must go to the police.
Yes,
you can tell them.
I'm afraid not the police.
You won't go?
Well, this deathbed confession, I'm afraid it isn't enough.
Then what?
The affidavit, Senorita. I know where they can be found. That is the approximate location.
The same affidavit?
Yes.
After 17
They
years?
still exist. With a little searching, I can produce them.
Then you must get them for us. We will do anything.
Senora, there's nothing. I'd rather do more. I'd like very much to help you clear the Coelho name, but... Well, I can't leave immediately. It'll take time, 6 months or so, and then, yes, possibly a year. Depends on business, of course. I do have certain commitments here in Mexico City, you see.
But, Mr. Lime,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean losing quite a bit of income. I'm afraid 6 months anyway. It's more like...
No, you must help us now. Mama.
Senor, we do not want you to lose any income for our sake. If you help us, we will pay what money you would lose.
Well, I'm grateful, Senor, but really I hesitate, you see. My income is not small, something around 100,000 pesos for 6 months.
We will give you 200,000 pesos.
200,000.
Senor Lime, our money is yours. We will pay anything. You will not be sorry.
I'm sure of that. Take back your gold. Gold will never buy me. Won't it, though? Take back your gold. Take back your... Come in.
Buenos dias, Senor Lime.
Senorita.
May I come in?
Of course. Come right on in. Yeah.
I see you are preparing for your journey.
Yes, sorry, I can't offer you a decent chair. Take this one.
It is all right. I will stand.
How'd you ever find me here?
It was not difficult. You are well known, it seems.
Oh? Checking up on me, huh?
You might say the Coelhos are cautious people, Mr. Lime. My mother thought it best
Please, Senorita, I should be making the apologies.
Mr. Lime, forgive me for saying this, but for a man with business affairs such as yours, you live so...
modestly?
Si.
Not at all. Note the spider web over there, Senorita. A genuine antique. 15th century. The spider is a direct descendant of Cortez.
I am sorry, Mr. Lime. Bad luck spares no one, it seems.
You've had your share, Alicia. I've had mine, but it really makes a little difference. We can help each other now, and that's what's really important, isn't it?
Si.
Let me pour you a drink. Good stuff. A pickpocket friend of mine borrowed it from an American tourist.
No, thank you. You are so gay, Mr. Lime.
Harry.
Si, Harry,
Say, you know what I think? I think something's bothering you. What is it? The spider web, the saggy chair?
Harry, I would like to go to Leon with you.
Now, just a minute, young lady.
I have the car. You will need an interpreter, perhaps, in Leon.
Well, I've heard it's a lonely town.
Yes, Harry, it is.
Well, don't just stand there, woman. Go on home and pack.
No need to, senor. My luggage is downstairs in the car.
We got our first glimpse of Leon from a hill behind the city. Quiet little mountain town, quite incapable of coping with giddy tourists on expense accounts. As we entered Leon, I wondered what murder had to do with a place like this.
Bueno, Harry. You have taken us directly to the town plaza.
Couldn't miss. Only one road into town. That a hotel over there?
It is the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And that must be the town's official greeter. Out you go. Out you go.
Gracias. Good to stretch.
Un tostón nada más.
He says he will watch the car, Harry.
It's official greeter, all right. One or 100 in every Mexican town.
His mother is ill, he says. His family is dying of hunger.
Sure.
Give him something, Harry.
Looks like the greeter was just sent into retirement.
Buenos días, señor.
Buenos días.
Señora. Welcome to León. You will be happy with us in this hotel. Your bag, señor?
Gracias.
Come, I have a beautiful room for you. Una habitación muy bonita. Señor y señora will be...
Un momento.
Sí, señora.
Dos.
¿Dos habitaciones, señora?
Señorita.
Ay. Señorita, sí. Bueno, pues dos habitaciones.
Dos habitaciones. We followed the officious little hotel manager across a tile lobby up rickety stairs.
And many centuries before this, my hotel was the home of one of the Spanish conquistadors.
Those are our rooms down there?
See, there is much romance
Very
in this
interesting,
building.
yes.
Over there you see...
Senor, what bell is that we hear?
Bell? Oh, the bell, see. This is the famous church bell of León.
Famous?
It bears a long and tragic story, señorita. Every hour it tolls to remind us of the scenes.
Look, old man, some other time if you don't mind.
Sí, señor, pero...
Here you are.
It's
for you.
Muchas gracias, señor. Muchas gracias.
Nada. Well, young lady, what do you say we wash up first and then start the big search for the affidavit?
Harry, it seems so difficult. Where does one begin?
Oh, with Bolo, of course. Find his trail. We find the papers. Let's go.
Orson Welles returns in just a moment as the third man. Now, Orson Welles, as the third man, continues with Mexican Hat Trick.
Leon was even sleepier than most Mexican towns. Only the bell disturbed it. After the midday siesta, when you'd expect things to come to life, everything just went on sleeping as before. Good for the nerves, of course. Unless you were trying to wake up a memory 17 years old.
Perhaps he will know this man.
Let's hope so. I'm a little tired of asking. You speak English?
Sí, I
that's
speak
well.
good English.
I want some information. Información.
¿Qué información, señor?
You decir,
Nunca ha conocido un hombre que se llama Voluminoso.
¿Voluminoso?
Sí, vivía aquí hace muchos años.
No, señorita, no le conozco.
I understood that. Okay.
What now, Harry?
Another bar. Gracias, amigo. One bar after another, one cafe after another. We made them all. We hit cockfight rings, the viejos on the street, everyone in every place where there might be a clue, something to point us in the direction of those affidavits.
Did you find anything, Harry?
Nothing. Tough job.
Perhaps we are making a mistake. What about my father?
Hmm?
It would be easier to find someone who remembers him. We can start from there.
Out of your mind, mention your father's name, just mention it around here. You have not only the police down on us, we'll have every chief confidence man in Mexico on our hands, trying to find out what we want.
But we have to start somewhere.
And we have to rest somewhere, too. My feet are killing me. Let's go back to the hotel.
Harry, it is not right for me to be in
What?
your room.
Oh, for the Lord. Come on. There's no time to worry about proprieties.
But it is not...
Oh, we're both tired. We've got to rest. We might as well talk while we're doing it. Go on. I'll order up a couple of drinks. Hey, Alicia, listen, it's not to cry about.
I am sorry. I cannot help it.
Come here. Come on.
Oh, you should not kiss me.
Oh, I'd be pretty silly if I didn't.
Harry, please, no.
You're a great kid, Alicia.
Oh, Harry.
You know what? I kind of hope this search of ours isn't too successful. Too soon. Things were considerably more bearable during the next few days. The warm Mexican evenings and Alicia. But during the days, long, tedious days, we searched and searched and searched, and we found nothing. After one of our better evenings together, I left Alicia at her door and headed for my room. When I opened the door, there was a surprise waiting for me. I had a guest. The weazened old beggar who'd been the first to greet us on our arrival in Leon. This time his greeting was a little violent. Hey!
Tim!
Hey, why you?
Maria!
No, you don't.
You try to kill me.
Oh, you try to kill me. I die. What are you doing here? Come on, what do you want? Panhandle business falling off, robbing hotel rooms now? Well, we'll see what the police have to say about it.
Senor, not the police.
Okay, let's have it. What's it all about?
You come to kill me.
What are you babbling about? Who wants to kill you?
Bolo, you looking for Bolo. You come to kill me.
Bolo? What's he got to do with it? Hey, come back here. Bolo? Vicente Coelho. The beggar, the flea-bitten old car-watching beggar. This was Alicia's father. Buried in the dust of police records, rumors, and memory, but after all these years, still alive. And those affidavits proving his innocence of the murder, they'd be twice as valuable to the living as they were to the dead. His family would certainly be willing to pay much more for them now, unless, of course, Coelho found them first. Obviously, that's why he was in Leon. I had to get my hands on those papers before he did, and before Alicia realized her father was still alive. Yes?
Harry, I thought we could go. Harry!
It's okay. Come in. Close the door.
What happened?
I had a little argument with destiny, honey. I won.
Your clothes.
Yeah.
They're all torn in your face. Oh, Harry.
Nothing I can't wash off with soap and water.
But
Alicia.
what was it?
The old beggar. He must have been after my money. He tried to kill me when I caught him at it.
Oh, Harry, you must be careful.
No, you're the one who's got to be careful. Stay away from him. No telling what he's up to now. Might try to get back at me by hurting you.
Then we must go to the police.
No. I don't want to talk to the police. No, not until we can clear your father.
And then what?
I'll handle him myself. You just stay close to me from now on. I had to find those blasted papers quickly now. But how? Where? Was Coelho any closer to them than I? How could I keep Alicia from learning that her father was alive? Add to these nagging thoughts the incessant clanging of that church bell just outside my window. You can well understand my reaction to the hotel manager's typical good morning greeting.
Buenos dias, senor.
Buenos
well,
dias.
of course.
I did not sleep well.
Senor, your bed is not comfortable. I will see to it.
Where's Alicia?
¿Quién?
The senorita. She come down yet?
The senorita, she's at the church.
Church?
Si, senor. This is a great holiday in our city. At midnight, the bell begins to toll and does not stop until the sun sets tonight.
You mean to tell me it's going to keep up that racket till sundown, that horrible clankety-clank?
This clank, senor, it is the will of the Lord.
Yeah, well, I need some coffee.
Our punishment, senor. We atone on this day for the great sin of Leon.
The great sin of Leon. That must have been a whopper.
A terrible sin, senor. On this day, 17 years ago, a good man was killed in Leon. For this, the Lord removed the music from the bell.
Wait a minute. What happened 17 years ago?
There was murder in our city.
And the bell?
A miracle, senor. On this
Never
day,
mind the bell. What's it got to do with the murder?
Please, senor, do not shout.
Will you please, por favor, get the blasted point?
Senor, you must hear me. This bell was once of glorious musical tone.
Yes,
Then
but
there came this terrible scene, this killing.
Go on.
One of the men of Leon was taken by the police for this murder. Then there occurred this miracle.
What miracle?
The music left the tone of the bell, and this man was never seen again.
Wait a minute. It changed its tone overnight, huh? Before the man was brought to trial?
The will of the Lord, senor. Our punishment for permitting violent death in our city. Each year on this day we pray that the music be restored to our bell. You say you wish coffee, senor?
No, not now. When the senorita returns, tell her to see me, pronto. Right away is too late.
But Harry, it is too fantastic.
Oh, sure, it's fantastic. Bells don't change their tone the way you and I change our clothes. There's got to be a reason for it, a practical, fundamental, tangible reason. Now, look, this note.
Okay.
Bolo's note. Here, he admits it right here. He stole the evidence that would have cleared your father. He says he hid it right here in Leon.
Well, why did he not destroy it immediately?
Who knows? Maybe he intended to confess sooner or later. Murderers are seldom logical people, but look. Now we learn that just before your father escaped from the police, the tone of this bell suddenly, mysteriously, miraculously changed from a melodious ring to that clank we hear out there. Listen to it, Alicia, listen. What makes a bell sound like that?
I do not know, Harry. It may be. I do not know.
Well, neither do I, but tonight I'm going to find out. And you're going to help. It was midnight before the streets were empty. Alicia and I entered the little church and climbed up the ancient flight of stairs to the campanile. Quiet now.
How will you get to the bell? The steps do not go that
We'll
high.
have to use the bell pull.
It will make so much noise.
Yeah,
We
I
will
know.
start the bell to ring.
Won't make much difference once we get what we're after. Here we are.
Can you reach it?
I got it. Stay here. If the padre shows up, let me know. I'll make it as fast as I can.
Be careful, Harry. Do not hurt yourself.
I'll be okay.
Harry,
Mm.
I love you.
Hmm?
This is for good luck.
That did it.
Harry!
I climbed up hand over hand. I don't know how far. 10 feet, maybe 15 or 20. It wasn't easy. The bell made a horrible racket over me, and the sound grew in waves as I approached it, making me dizzier and dizzier until I almost let go. But finally, there was no more rope. My hand touched the inside of the bell, and it stopped ringing. The old lime confidence was at a cockeyed angle and slipping away fast when I suddenly grabbed for the clapper and found what I wanted. A heavy oilskin wrapper tied around it, a couple of 100,000 pesos worth of missing affidavits. One good tug pulled it away. I stuffed it in my shirt front. Alicia! The rope burned chunks of flesh right out of my hands as I slid down. Below me, I saw another figure struggling with Alicia, trying to get past her. The two of them were wrestling on the narrow ledge at the top of the steps leading to the bell tower. I caught one moonlit glimpse of their faces as I swung onto the ledge. It was the beggar, Coelho, Alicia's father.
Harry! I kill you.
Before I could reach him, she got one arm free and hit him as hard as she could. Then she shoved, and he went over. Alicia!
Harry, Harry, he tried to kill me.
Oh, it's
Tried
all
to
right.
kill me.
It's all right, honey. It's all
I
right.
killed him. It was not my fault.
No, you didn't, kid. Look, he's getting up. He's all right.
I am glad. I am glad.
Come on, Alicia. Let's go down. After all, we got what we came for.
Harry Lime returns in just a moment. And now, Harry Lime.
As far as the authorities were concerned, Coelho was a nameless beggar who'd gone and blown his top. They locked him up, of course, but said he'd be released later on. I was the one person who could identify him, the one person who could return him to his family. But why interfere? Let the old man figure it out for himself. If he wanted to remain the unknown beggar for the rest of his days, that was his business. Probably everybody'd be happier the way things were, particularly Alicia. She was all that
really worried me. I went out into the little plaza to think it over. Day was breaking. The birds were waking up. The little cantina was still open. I went in and sat down at a greasy little table and had myself a couple of tequillas. Then I borrowed a few sheets of notepaper and wrote this. Alicia, my darling, I'm writing this in a great rush because I want to be gone from Leon before you're awake. I'm doing it this way because I'm afraid if I saw you again, I wouldn't know how to go, and I've got to. No matter what, I mustn't stay on here in Mexico with you. I hope you find somebody you deserve, but I doubt it. Anyway, here's wishing you happiness. Adios. And as for my fee, you can pay it to a man called Diego, who called at your house. Again, adios. Yours, Harry Lime.